you about speaking? Alright! Hi! Welcome to the stream, welcome to Metroid Prim. So, we were going to do something kind of special today, actually. What we were going to do was, for one, I have a very, very, very special guest with me today. This is my brother. Say hi. How would you like to be called, actually? Would you like to go by your full name or first name or your screen name?
I've not done this kind of thing before, so I don't really know.
I mean, do you still use your social media accounts or anything like that at all?
Facebook. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I do some internet stuff, but it's very,
Do you not still do for Affinity or anything like that?
I mean, I do that stuff, yeah, but you know, I don't know, like, I don't do a whole lot of internet stuff outside of like, you know, the sort of like very intimate phase. I don't really know.
Alright, so
you could just call me about my regular name, Alden.
Okay then. This is Alden. This is my brother. Do you still want to know your account name or whatever?
I guess. I mean, if you guys want to see what I do on that, like if you want to look at furry side of it, it's ACA.com. But I don't do much with it, really, except just sort of communicate with people in the local area.
Alright. He makes music sometimes. He makes music sometimes on his Her Affinity, Kyle, ACAYL. So whatever you guys want to call him.
Whatever.
So this is the Metroid guy in my life. This is the entire reason why I'm into Metroid at all. So he knows more. He's played this game way many more times than I ever could ever dream of ever doing. Middle school childhood. This is my childhood.
Well, this came out in 2002, so and we got it a few years later. Well,
Alright.
Now we got the sequel right when it came out. It must have been like 2004.
Yeah, I was like 8, I think, when he first got this game.
Yeah, and you were playing like.
Yeah, I was playing Pokemon.
Yeah,
So, speaking of release dates, the other special thing that we're doing actually stems from that.
Okay.
You guys remember when I was doing the Metroid Fusion stream, right? As it turns out, Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion were actually released on the very same day. As such, they have compatibility with each other. So, going into the game, if you actually connect Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion together...
Oh, you're doing that thing.
Yeah, if you connect Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion together, you get Metroid Fusion connection bonuses. And considering that this memory card, which has survived these many years, this is done like 10 years ago, if you connect Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion together, you get these connection bonuses, and you only ever have to do it once. So, seeing that this was done so many years ago, this memory card actually still has this data.
Are we playing the game the Metroid Fusion way?
Yes. So, if you connect Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion together, you get two things. You get, you get a boner. So you get a full copy, actually, of the original Metroid game, but you also...
We're gonna make you play the other one. Okay, I see how that
You get the option to play in the Fusion suit.
Oh, okay. I thought we were playing NES.
We're not playing NES Metroid.
Oh,
So, we're going to be doing exactly that. Let's, enable that really quick. Whew.
Yeah, it's kind of recording. It's for the 80s.
So, we're gonna be doing that. This is going to be a Fusion Suit playthrough of Metroid Prime, and we're going to have a fun time with it.
Oh, I see what you did.
Alright. I'm gonna do normal mode.
No, put that in hard mode. I'm gonna play hard mode.
Are you sure you want to do it?
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm playing, I'm gonna play hard mode.
I mean, I kind of wanted to do it myself.
Oh,
Wherever
you wanted to do it?
Yeah, this is gonna be my stream. I was gonna ask if you wanted to do it, but at the same time, you've never seen me play this.
Alright, if you want to play it, go for it. Then you can pick whatever mode you want to play.
I mean, I've never done hard mode. I've only done normal mode. Let's take up the challenge. Let's do hard mode. Alright, let's do it. Let's go. Hi, Whipple. We already have a pretty good crowd. Hello, Ellie. Hello, Davian. Hello, Whipple. Unidentified stress beacon has been checked into
So
their
like,
space vessel.
so they're doing the text chat and then we're talking.
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay. Yeah. So I've seen it. I've never been on the serving side.
Yeah. These are my folks. These are my friends. They usually like to come and see my streams, and I'm very appreciative of them.
Yeah, okay, so I remember this now. Like, this is supposed to take place right after the events of NES. So I guess it's right.
I mean, sort of.
Yeah.
There's not really a good place to fit Metroid Prime in the official time.
Well, it kind of fits because Prime 1 does kind of lift a lot of stuff from. It lifts a lot of content out of NES Metroid and Zero Mission is Metroid. Well, I mean, Zero Mission is that one, but they borrowed enough from the. It kind of works out.
Right. How's the sound, guys? Is it okay? Can you hear the game? Can you hear us?
Staying on the quiet. Maybe because I'm farther away from the
And there it is. Yeah, you actually start out this game pretty beefy. You start out with the Varia suit, actually. Fun fact, the Varia suit was actually named as such from a mistranslation. It was supposed to be the barrier suit.
Oh.
Isn't that funny?
Well, Japan did the heavy
So this is a first-person shooter game. You start, like I said, you start out pretty beefy. This is the power beam. This is your basic pea shooter. Fires pretty fast and you get long beam. You also get missiles right off the bat, so
That's not really a thing.
so they actually fire pretty slowly, but there's a trick you can do in this game where if you see the hatch like that, you can close it with A. So you can have a more rapid fire missile shooting if you just press Y and A, Y and A, Y and A.
So you know about that.
Oops.
You don't
Yeah, I was just showing the crowd. I wasn't gonna use too many of them. You can get them back. You can get them back.
Yeah, but you gotta shoot them.
Yeah. There's a lock on. You turn actually pretty slowly in this game, so a lock on is basically your more efficient method of turning. You have your combat visor off the bat and your scan visor off the bat. The scan visor allows you to get more information from certain things. Force field activation switches are now online. So, you interact with the world with it. So,
you can shoot the asteroid too, play asteroid.
You can shoot the asteroids.
You should.
So, when you're playing this game, if you decide to use the scan visor is actually optional, but you do need to use the scan visor if you want to 100% this game. And if you don't really use the scan visor for much, then what you're going to be doing is getting kind of a very watered down version of this game. You're not going to know anything, really. You're not going to know what's going on. You're just going to get an adventure and nothing else.
They put a lot of lore in.
They put a lot of lore into this game. And we're going to try to get as much of it as possible.
Wait, you kept the bits back there.
If you want to see that, I guess. You want to see
it. Depends on how thorough you want to play the game.
You might want to turn down the game volume a bit. Okay.
I think they said I might have been quiet. Oh, game, yeah, turn down the game volume. It might be because my voice kind of resonates on the same pitch as the game.
Maps. There was stuff back here. Where was the stuff? There's the stuff. That gamma reactor core and propulsion current status are environment. Everything's normal. Emergency evacuation. Okay, everything's not normal.
See, we'll put a stop to that.
We are the abnormality.
I think they're just saying. It's saying, oh, be prepared for the bad stuff.
It's a virus.
I think that's basically what it's saying.
What is this room doing? Oh, I don't remember now.
Down, you can see critters.
Wait, huh?
Yeah, look down and see critical through. I mean, I don't know if they did. Well, they were there.
All I see is destruction.
Okay, well, I think if you go through the first time, you see little bugs going on.
Yeah, I think it's the parasites.
Yeah.
Now, here's where all the fun stuff happens. Morphology unknown. Info. High levels of radiation detected. Analysis shows incredibly large muscle structures surrounding the jaw area. Fluid sacs containing acid are also detected.
He's a biter.
He's a biter. New creatures entry has been added to your logbook. Your logbook is your 100% goal, I guess. And there's a bunch of different categories. There's creatures, there's lore, there's research.
Yeah.
Morphology, parasite, interstellar vermin travel in swarms. Indigenous to Talon 4, a single parasite is harmless to larger life forms. However, they tend to travel in large groups, swarming over potential prey. Such swarms can be dangerous. What else? Oh, this creature died. Space pirate death caused by severing of the spinal cord.
You got the light kind of thing.
Yeah, this game is very cheerful. That's why it's rated T. Escape pod entrance. Vessels already been jets. Somebody got the hell out of here. It goes 6 hours before getting here.
That means you're not the bad thing. Something else is the bad thing.
Something else is the bad thing. Biohazard materials. Phazon batch. Guys, remember the name Phazon. Do that for me, please. Biohazardous materials, Phazon batch. So, something bad happened here. Something ... bad happened here. Oh, you're already dead. You died. Ew, there's ants on the corpse. That's gross. Oh, you're alive. Oh, shit. Weak life signs detected. Imprints of large bite marks can be seen on the exoskeleton. Chomp sound effect. We're playing hard mode. What a dick. I mean, we didn't get hurt. Tail section processes a mouth-like orifice, most likely used for birthing offspring. Lovely! Oh, I have charge there. Use bombs wisely.
Okay, I'll be the Adam to your them. How's that?
Alright. Fine. Be that way. Space Pirates step.
We're gonna turn this game into other M. It's gonna happen.
This game into other M. This guy got hit in the head.
Sim, use your ice beam.
I don't have ice beam.
Do that, use your ice beam. I'm gonna alter your ice beam. You don't have to look forward to do anything fun. It's gonna keep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Research. New research entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Map station. Log to the map station. Holograms to download a map of the area you're in.
Welcome to the map station. Get the map.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. Hello, Chi. Welcome to the stream. We downloaded a map in this area.
Then I need to go somewhere else and download the backpack.
I'm the backpack. Backpack. I don't like the look of that. I'm the backpack loaded up with things and
We have to do battles like that.
Oh, there's stuff in here. Frigate exterior hull stable and fully functional. Old news.
We'll change that.
Talon 4 ground zero and area secure. Crater radiation readings. Somebody's looking at a crater somewhere. 2 parasite queen specimens have become volatile in deck beta. All security personnel should report to the biotech research area. Parasitic infestation has been detected in the ventilation systems in deck gamma and beta. Oh my god, they're in the vents! The ants. You guys should call pest control seriously. I just hope your LEDs don't flare up. Access to deck beta approved, please stay.
I'm the bro.
Mom, Dad, when do we get to the ride?
This is the
Yippee!
more fun.
There is a more fun ride.
That's what I like about this little demo station. It's very immersive.
Yeah, this is a very immersive tutorial. This is a really
they're
great
really
place.
going on to it.
This is an amazing intro to this game. Oh, there's...
Well, it's kind of inspired, and this is why I was saying, like, they looked a lot of stuff from, like, NES, Metroid, for Metroid and stuff. The whole notion of having a station is kind of, it's kind of been picked out of, kind of been borrowed from the series station. It's kind of the same idea. Learn, kind of learn how to play the characters.
Oh, you're alive.
Super Metroid kind of borrowing from Super Metroid.
New research entry. Small energy replenishes 10 units of energy. Give me that. So you can use the charge beam to pull objects towards you like that. Item drops. Specimen in cell A. Status hibernation. Transference of phase-on badge. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I think it's the...
Yeah, the font really isn't that good.
Yeah, the font not hard to read.
The font is a little bit hard to read sometimes. Oh, that's a lot.
I'm pretty sure that was a G, though.
After mutation, oh, this is a life cycle. Parasite egg and pupa stage. Ink stuff exoskeleton protects it from the mother's static embryonic fluid. What a great design detail for the mom. The fluid sacs in the mouth enlarge after mutation and allows for increased production of corrosive bile.
It's the ant queen, that's what it is.
It's the ant queen. After mutation, the carapace of the larva becomes rigid. The carapace is quite resilient and able to resist attacks of predators. And combat mutation applications are complete.
Any objections, lady?
You gotta see.
Oh, yeah.
Any objections, lady? The primary legs of this.
Use your scan
The primary legs of this creature possess galvanized tips, allowing it to penetrate any known alloy. Blah! Entrance to deck security hall. But can I go in there? Oh wait, I already shot the door. What I did? Okay. Wait, there's a thing in there. Was I able to see that? Why am I not able to scan the creature that's in there? That's lame.
Yeah. Well, I think it wants to bring focus to the environment.
I think I remember getting stuck in that room for a really long time because I shot the door and couldn't see the color of the door.
Oh.
Fire missiles. Why do I need to fire missiles?
Damage, usually missile.
Why do I need to fire missiles? Oh no. Yep, that's why I need to fire missiles. I can, but I don't want to.
You can scan it with it still.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't want to get hurt. New creatures and how does this count as a creature? It's a robot.
It's a bad guy.
Auto defense turret use missiles to break outer casing. I don't like these, and I never knew why. It's a ranged weapon. I just never liked the way they work. Pirates do have ranged weapons, but at the same time, I don't know. There's just something about the defense turrets that I never really liked.
Maybe the way that it kind of messes with your officer when you get shot by it.
Maybe that. Maybe. Oh, there's another.
Oh yeah,
one. There's another one over there. Yeah, there's required stuff here. The red ones are stuff that you don't want to miss. But I want to get this defense turret really quick. It's dead. Something. Sweet. I'm not gonna look at the critters yet. New research. Missile ammunition. That's what that looks like. Oh no, I broke it! I hope that wasn't something I had to scan.
I don't think so. I think that was dead.
Phase-on infusion, stage 1. Parasite larva diagnosis, mass, that, length, that, cell structure stable.
They didn't even get the unit.
Yeah, like, how are you going to...
1.2 grams.
How are you going to...
Maybe,
I hope you know what you're talking about.
Maybe pirates have a very centralized measurement system to where, like, everyone knows what measurement.
Infusion stage cell 2, introducing mutation into tank. That's complete. New pirate data is entry. Pirate data's fun. Space pirate encrypted data encoded. Zabus has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead, either killed by the Hunter clad in metal or the subsequent destruction of the underground facilities. The Hunter is their name for Samus, by the way.
Oh yeah, they're talking about any of them.
Our research frigates Orpheans. I can't pronounce that. Syriacus. And Full Paragon. In Paragon. Full Paragon. We're in orbit at 0 hour and managed to retreat. Frigate Orpheon is now locked at Vortex Outpost. Orpheon's cargo appears to have 100% survival rate, and Metroids are healthy but on restricted feeding schedules due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on Metroids and other promising life forms. Security sign status remains at Code Blue. No signs of pursuit from the Hunter. Not yet. But we're here now. How can you expect to outrun me when I'm already here? You don't get that joke. Happy Homestuck Day. Infusion status stage 3. Mutation initiated. Larva status stable. Yeah, we're recording this on 4/13 for those whenever this goes up on YouTube. Perimeter status defense turret malfunction.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I could have scanned that to malfunction the turret if I wanted to. Oops. There's critters in here.
Let's look at the zoo.
Let's look at the zoo. Morphology, parasite larva infos, harmless unless encountered by large numbers.
Yeah.
That's a big ant.
Look at the firefly.
Firefly. Plasmite, info native of Talon 4. It's telling me to use the scan visor now. Oh, there's a thing I was going to do over here.
Oh, the jumpy.
Oh yeah, it's the things that don't appear in this game.
Yeah, like, this is Sir not appearing in the film.
They appeared in other games. They're the big leg monsters.
Well, I think this is why they hooked up Enhanced Metroid in this game to show you what the jumpy are.
To show you
and
what
where
the
they're
jumpy
from. Yeah, because they have the jumpy all over Enhanced Metroid.
Phase on infusion stage 4. Larval parasite diagnostic. Cell structure is failing.
Oh, it is dead, by the way.
Specimen cell structure failing, batch blah does not match DNA, terminating infusion sequence. So, that was a bust! Whatever that was. There's that thing. That's another plasmite, yeah. Infusion status analysis. Specimens exhibit incredible strength and body mass increase when exposed to Phazon batch. Yep, infusion status analysis. Phazon batch blah increases the acidic production in the saliva ducts and parasite larvae. So, they're injecting something into something else. And it's trying to make it stronger. Biohazard waste removal may begin in 3 hours. Phazon radiation readings must be reported to deck commander before batch disposal. I like how there's instructions for other pirates here. Like, don't do this or we'll have your head.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta train. You gotta make sure they're employees. I guess.
They are employees. They're just.
They gotta apply. They gotta apply by the pirate standard code or whatever.
Elevator operational. Please step into the hologram. Don't tell me what to do. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, you sure should.
Oh, you're nearly dead. Severe internal damage detected. Let's kill you really quick.
I don't think you can.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. A zoomer!
Oh, those are the beetles.
Those are the beetles! Hello, Mr. Beetle.
They're in the NES Metroid cool.
Yep. Oh, the plated parasites. These are the ones that only die by missile.
Fire ants.
Fire ants!
I don't know. It's harder than killing ants.
Harder to. Oh, there's something shooting at me.
Yeah,
There's something in there that we should. Hi! You're alive! Oh, goodness! And you're standing. I don't want anything to do with you. Okay.
I too want to pet you.
I do want to pet
They
you.
probably won't allow it in my apartment.
War wasp, native of Town 4. Oh, you're. Oh, goodness. No. You are very much alive.
Oh wait, no, that one's at full health.
Yeah, that one's at full health. I don't want to. Space pirate, minimal injuries assessed. Use caution, maximum firepower recommended.
It's waiting for later.
Oops. Give me that. I'm hit! Solidarity holding is on level normal status. Plays on level toxic.
You know, they didn't actually introduce space car combat until Super Metroid.
Did they?
Yeah, they took a while to do it. They didn't show any tires then.
That is a very weird decision.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a whole lot of lore right there waiting to happen.
Yeah. Well, they did. I mean, the remake was their mission, and you do fight with cars.
Yeah, but that was kind of only in the after game. I straight back.
Well, but in Dear Mission, like they also designed for it to like see what that space car parts was.
And you are nearly dead. Acid burns have welded the joints of the exoskeleton. He can't move! You can't move! You're not paralyzed, you can move. Said every entitled parent ever to somebody who was in a wheelchair. You're just lazy.
You're just being lazy.
You're just being lazy. Is there stuff in here? There is stuff.
Yeah,
There's stuff in here. I don't want to scan that because that just tells you where you're going. And I already know where I'm going. I'm going to hell. Ventilation covers may become superheated if airflow is restricted. Unusual thermal readings should be reported to the deck engineer on duty. Obstruction detected in radiator ventilation system engineering. Security codes on auto defense turrets have changed every other lunar cycle. Using improper codes may result in turret activation. Mayhaps. That's a good question.
Does make it fake.
Yeah, but they don't define what the cycle is.
Yeah. I didn't really help explain the path.
Oh, you're dead.
Presumably some kind of a gear.
Death caused by severe lacerations to the abdomen. Lacerations. Please step into the hologram. You.
Oh yeah, this is the ride.
Whee!
Take a look outside. It's like the minor object. And that's also part of the
Yes, that's also part of Disney World. They'll try to kill you.
Get attacked by the security guard.
And get attacked by the security guard. And that one's dead. Death caused by removal of internal organs. Yummy. Somebody had a nice meal. This device doesn't seem to be functional. Shut up. Store is tightly sealed. Same as use your skin visor. Use your skin visor. Woo! Ball. It's like spherical shape should fit in this clamp. Well, alright then. I have bombs. Oh yeah. There's a... Whoa!
No, you gotta do it again. If you're quick enough, you can fight the turrets in this room.
If you're quick enough. I was scared of the turrets, and that's why I backed up.
Just lock on and start firing away. Blast missiles.
I haven't.
Do the YA trick you're
I feel so stupid. I'm stupid. I'm hit. Charge beam and drawing hiccups. I know that. You don't gotta tell me that. You died by cranial trauma.
You got hit in the head.
You got hit in the head. Severe laceration. Just wait. Look, the subject looks like it has been partially eaten. This game is very cheerful.
I like those
Acid burns to the face.
I like these ants. These ants are cool ants.
These are the cool ants. These ants shoot acid.
Super ant.
Super ants. Super ants shoot acid. Save station.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Save station. Step into these stations to restore your game. To save your game and fully restore your energy. I'm just scared because I haven't done parkour before. I'm a wuss. I'm not as much as I was when I was.
I just realized she has some pretty wicked looking like blaze on her left arm. You think that could be something on Halo?
Yeah.
You would think.
I mean, I drew all the suit, so I would notice all these.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed all of these details because I've drawn it all now.
Is the variant in particular, or is that also part of the regular suit? I don't remember.
Oh, it's not part of the regular suit, no.
Oh, okay. Only unique to variant.
Hello, mama. That's not a kitty.
No.
I'm kidding. Hello, Bubo.
No, that's the queen.
That's grandma.
Yeah.
That's grandma. Your creature's entry has been downloaded to your logbook. It's Pirate Queen.
No,
That's a pirate queen. Parasite queen, parasite female, genetically enhanced by unknown means. We just saw everything that went on. You're telling me this is unknown means? Its weak spot has been detected in this creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to require this new target. Thanks for the exclamation point. That's very out of place. Scans indicate this of the presence of a potent mutagen. Origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapon-grade blasts of energy from its mouth, a trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears the pirates have begun bioengineering program with considerable results. Wrong visor. I remember you were fighting this for the first time, and it was kind of disappointing to watch. I remember you fighting this for the first time.
Because I did it too easy, or because it was too hard?
You died. You died. I remember that very, very clearly.
Yeah,
It's a hard game when you first pick it up. I mean, this game is rated T for a reason, and part of that reason is because the controls are a little bit complicated. You have to be kind of intimate with the GameCube controller in order to control this game comfortably. I'm going to assume that's another reason why it's rated T. But I can't imagine a small child would be able to just pick this up and not get frustrated. And we're kids from the past, so... You're not 12 anymore! You're 27! I can't believe we didn't mention this. Brother Alden here is actually visiting for his birthday. He actually turned 27 on the 11th, so that's why he's here, and that's why we're doing this. It's a special birthday present. It's his birthday.
Oh yeah, this isn't Smash Brothers.
This isn't Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's that.
I think so. I think that was some of the first representation from Prime that we actually got.
Yeah, thanks for the birthday.
Evacuate immediately.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Evacuate immediately.
Yeah.
Evacuate immediately.
So,
Oh yeah.
have you seen any of the contents from the newer games? No. The new Smash game. The new Smash game actually just came out a few months ago.
I did not about keeping up with.
With games, with Gleams.
Oh, I know. All I remember is Smash Brothers is pretty slow on the left. Both, Smash Brothers and Melee both before any of the newer Metroid games. So, like, all they have to work on is the first three. I think that's pretty stupid in the
Excuse me.
I think they could do something.
Oh yeah, I remember this now. I remember that now. See, he knows this game better than I do. Way better than I do.
Yeah,
You probably played through this hundreds of times. this
Yeah,
one.
like, there's no. I remember doing this.
Yeah, I remember that
They
now.
got you to do it.
This one.
I think people like doing it.
I think that's more or less the speedrun method. I think they're attacking me because I'm in morph ball mode.
No, they're attacking us. They have to. Regardless of what shape you are, you still does things to you.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, for the new Smash game, Smash Ultimate for the Switch, they actually put in more representation that wasn't just Samus, Samus, and Samus. Yeah, so we got new characters to play as. We got Dark Samus and we actually got Ridley.
Yeah,
We got Ridley. Ridley is cool. I
I played him once.
wish I was playing Smash Ultimate more than I actually am because I want to main Ridley.
Really, the big character. Kind of the heavy character.
He's actually a little bit lighter than he should.
Yeah. I thought I remember this one cool about him because he was a big character, but he was also like lightweight.
He's big and he's also very light.
Nothing super skinny. Like he started out being like part of a pair with Ridley and Kraid, and Ridley and Kraid are kind of like
Yep.
Yeah, that was how he started out.
Yeah, and then Ridley got more popular and they decided to make him the big bad.
Which, you know,
I mean, it's a giant space dragon. What are you going to do with that? That's gonna be so much more. Oh, speaking of Ridley.
oh yeah, you know, probably should. Yeah, you shouldn't be like when it has power.
Hello, Beastie.
Oh, so really not thinking of that. Yeah, I like the idea of a big character.
Again, about starting out beefy, we actually start with the grapple beam.
There's stuff you can't do.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, you have plenty
Plenty of time.
of
Yeah, I've been going pretty fast. I have never seen this. Subject Meta Ridley. Weapon upgrade complete.
So
Stinger
meta.
ballistics online. Plasma fuel cell online. I've never seen it go with
I
sculpting
feel like
skin.
Meta really could be like a flop. I mean, right? I mean,
Meta Ridley cerebral casing stable. Exoskeleton seal holding begin umbilical. So he was made here. He was more or less.
They like, I don't know if they did
The
that.
turret.
He's Banana Cake, I think he's a cyborg. But he's not the same as Robot Ridley. They're amazing. Robot Ridley goes into complete.
Time to lose all our
They
shit.
keep like reviving them. They keep like playing them.
He just keeps coming back for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Now you're like,
Now I'm naked. Very suit malfunction. Morph ball malfunction. Missile malfunction. Charge beam malfunction. Grapple beam malfunction. I'm
So,
so
yeah,
naked!
the whole thing is kind of like Super Metroid.
Where do I go?
I mean,
There I go.
except for the fact that you start out with stuff and then you lose it later. I think that way you can do this.
Why is it so claustrophobic here? Oh, and don't go there. This is just a waste of time! Why did they do this? Well, why did they do it?
To give you a battery.
Just give it a sec. Oh yeah, I don't have morph ball anymore. Oops.
You still get scan visor.
I have my scan visor. At least that didn't malfunction.
I don't know. I think I like the color palette. In my opinion.
I mean,
the
it's
blue,
orange.
The blue and the red represent red was very appealing.
Yeah, it's
I think I remember the various.
it's nice color coordination. That's the way.
I remember the various of the helmet colors.
Get that dirty. Get that dirty.
I
But he's-
I like how he's flapping wings in zero gravity. That's my favorite part. I think I remember Mom mentioned that. Like,
Tracking
why is he flapping in wings in the zero gravity?
Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Ground base retcon required. Begin landing sequence.
Yeah, this is a lot like Super Metroid. They took this pretty much out of because in Super Metroid you do the same thing. You go into some space station. Ridley's there, and then you have to leave by a set timer, and then you leave, and then you're landing your ship on the planet that you're playing your Like this is the same formula. in Super Metroid.
Doesn't she always have a different ship because she keeps crashing it? That's what I've always known, is that she has a different ship in every game because she keeps crashing the stupid thing.
She crashed the Zero Mission one. I think this is supposed to be the same ship that she flies in Super Metroid.
I've never understood
and
why.
in Metroid 2.
Yeah.
Metroid 2 and Super Metroid, she has the same ship. I think it's this ship. I think it's the same ship that she has in this one.
I've never understood why she always acts so surprised in that scene. Like, you landed here. You saw where you were going.
I thought what she was doing was she was coming out of the ship and she was looking around to make sure there were no enemies. I thought that was weird.
But why did she act surprised? You don't have to act surprised when you're looking for enemies. She could have also been wary of where Ridley was.
Yeah, I mean,
but at the same time, she's looking for Ridley, but she could have seen upon landing that Ridley was nowhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hello, Beetles.
Beetles. Oh yeah, those are the actual Beetles.
New creatures entry. Their name is Beetle. Burrowing insect with resilient carapace, extremely aggressive. This insect's massive jaws, big mighty jaws, enable them to tunnel through solid rock at high speeds. Above ground, beetles can cover short distances rapidly. They attack anything that moves near their lair. Oh, you're about to.
Yeah, they don't.
They do last longer in hard mode, don't they?
I think the way hard mode works is pretty much
Beetle, mushroom.
Everything requires twice as much firepower to kill, and everything damage you do twice as much. I think that's the way hard mode works.
Twice as much.
A new plant to blow up. Yeah.
A new plant to blow up!
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how it works.
Sap sac chemical reaction within sac produces violent explosion when agitated. Because of this irresistible odor and sweet nectar, the sap satin was nearly eaten out of existence. The evolution of explosive chemicals saved it. Only braver indigenous creatures dared to devour it. Kaboom! Hi, Boobo.
That's from some Zelda game. Some Zelda game where like the guy goes
Kaboom. I think it's a fan-made video that did that.
No. Oh yeah, it was a fan made video. Oh yeah, it was that really old like Zelda thing. It was somewhere. Oh yeah.
Let's have chocolate. Chocolate all gone.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Sap Sack, that was my nickname in college.
Sap Sack.
Zoomer anchors itself into walls and other surfaces, avoid contact with spikes. Oh shit. A basic nerve center located directly above the zoomer's mandibles to detect nutrients.
It's the don't touch me. No touchy.
Stop. Don't touch me there. That is my no-no square.
That was fun.
But it doesn't rhyme. Oh look! Mushrooms.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
I stepped on one. I stepped on one and it blew up. Blast cat, volatile chemicals within the weeds. Toxic fungal cat made explode if agitated. Is it a weed? Because that would imply that it's a plant. What is it? This poisonous flesh of the blast cat keeps it from being eaten, and it also detonates its fungal cap when it senses even slight contact. Well, excuse me.
That sounds very evolutionary.
I keep forgetting that I don't have the charge beam anymore. It
something barely ever touched me. Time to
Time to drama queens.
That's quite the evolutionary advantage you got there, little mushroom. You're the pinnacle of the
Evolutionary.
of the fungus world, of the fungus kingdom.
That's not a zoomer.
That's
That's a gamer. It's an angry zoomer. Gamer. You're a mean one, Mr. Gamer.
He is a mean.
Wall-crawling mollusk? I keep forgetting this is a mollusk. With retractable spikes.
Like
The gamer is an evolutionary offshoot of the zoomer family. When threatened, it extends its lethal spikes and retracts its head deep into its outer carapace. If you shoot it, it stuns.
Well, I'll have to stop it.
It stops it. We can't really beat it right now. You need missiles. Missiles. Ah! It was just saying hi.
It was saying hi. Oh yeah, the flower boy.
Oh yeah, the flower boy. New creatures entry has been added to your logbook. Flogra Jr.
Oh yeah, okay.
Blood flower, able to
they do
able to inject toxic spores. Toxins are poisonous even to the blood flower itself. Another evolutionary trait that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, but at least I'm not dying, you know?
The three-mouth modules
something that
protrude
happens.
from the stall. I mean, venomous snakes are immune to their own venom, and for good reason. They should be.
Oh yeah,
bye,
that,
Chi.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I can do that.
Okay, have a good night, Chi.
I think right now that's the only way of beating it.
The three-mouth nodules protrude from the stalk beneath the flower, each with a rudimentary brain cluster.
Brain cluster.
And the ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. The spores injected from the stigma at the center of the flower are sufficient to kill a creature if they
So
explode
it's a
close to the
plant
city.
with a brain cluster.
Yep. I think it's actually the...
I think
It's the sap sacks that kill it.
You can,
Yeah. Tangleweed. Plant life with basic sentience. Retracts in the ground with
that's a
gut.
very Super Metroid.
Yeah.
That's a very Super Metroid.
Tangleweeds are only dangerous to small organisms. They are covered in tiny barbs designed to trap potential meals. Tangleweeds lack strength to do anything more than hinder larger life forms.
You can stand a different thing.
Which other thing?
Dennis, use your skin biker.
What other thing? What other thing is there?
No, okay. Do 180. Do 180.
Maybe.
Turn around. That thing.
That's a door. Oh, wait. I remember now.
Yeah, that thing.
New research. There's a limited amount of these. Thanks for catching that.
Yeah.
I almost forgot to scan these at one point. There's a blast shield on the door blocking access. Analysis indicates that the blast shield is invulnerable to beam weapons. Explosive weapons may damage
Yeah,
it.
if you're wanting the like completion of stuff, then you don't want to pay special attention to stuff that's not going to be around forever.
I forgot where I go. Where do I go?
Which is why you were good about making sure y'all are firing on the space station the first time. So that space station ain't existing anymore.
Oh, I got up there
Gone
with...
now.
It's gone now!
Well, like,
Alright. I had to get up there with the half pipe, so I had to go down. Oh, I was scanning. I'm used to those things taking so few hits. I'm used to everything taking so fewer hits. Jeez. Alright, this is gonna be quite the change. Access to the Chozo Ruins West granted. Please step into the hologram. I love how the game was like, here's the Talon Overworld! Now here's the Chozo Ruins.
oh yeah. Well, I don't know. What I found kind of funny about this game is that you have a place called Talon Overworld, and then like all these other places are also part of the Overworld. You're not underground yet. You're
Yeah,
still
the
there.
elevator went up!
Yeah,
The elevator went...
Elevator up.
Elevator up. Incoming scan data.
Yeah, like it's still open sky.
Abnormal seismic activity detected. Seismic disturbance at the ruins site.
Oh yeah, this is basically Adam.
This is Adam.
Well, like the role of Adam.
Yeah, just
Go here.
go here.
Yeah.
But it
I
doesn't go too in depth.
I guess if you're a 3D game, you don't want to play 3D. I think there was a lore thing back there.
Oh, there wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, let's take in the Chozo ruin for
And then go back inside.
go back and read the lore.
Nope, too big. Going back.
Oh yeah, it is Tangela.
It is Tangela. And then where's the lore?
Well,
Why are you back?
because you're roughly in the back.
Why is it that the
That's not much
Metroid's in
more-
hand?
You know, you don't. I mean, I guess you could question the logic if you want to, but
Because
it's
they're
the Metroid
magic.
logic.
These
It's-
pillars have collapsed from
that's Metroid
erosion.
logic.
Carbon dating cannot determine the age of these structures. Anything else? Oh, there is!
Yeah.
I missed that. New Chozo lore entry has been downloaded to the logbook. Chozo script translated. At the highest point of our city lies the fountain, a wellspring of pure water that flows throughout our civilization. It is the jewel of the Chozo, the life giver, and yet its waters speak of a clouded future. As we come to understand the paths of time and space more clearly, we have begun to glimpse through rough tatters of past and future, glittering behind. What was I reading? Of reality, like soft lights behind a curtain. We have seen the fountain of these glimpses. It was the word glimpses, pouring darkness instead of water, and we cannot guess what the visions mean.
Come to our water park.
Come to our water park. We have death.
We have death and destruction. What? The Chozo wet and wild. I wonder if they have like bathing suits or something.
I don't remember them having any clothes at all.
I always thought they like wore like full power suits or something. Like that's what the statues were.
Sure, it's the
had some sort of
high-tech
tight-fitting
power suit that we have that for some reason has way too many details on it.
I mean, like maybe that's their regular clothing. They wear these like metal power suits. Like that's just their normal clothing.
Yes, but why don't we ever see those?
Because we don't see any shows because they're all dead.
This tree seems to be weakened due to its cellular composition, and yet we can't do anything about it.
You gotta suffer the lack of agency on the birds. But you can't kill birds.
I can kill birds, which is totally against my nature, but I'm doing it anyway.
I don't know to what degree Thomas cares about like other animals that don't do things for her, like teach her skills.
Alden has a theory.
I think David's his character that she's kind of a psychopath. I think maybe you know it's just a theory, but maybe.
There you have it, folks. It has nothing to do with PTSD.
No, she was always this way.
She was always this way,
Yeah.
even as a child. People say she always smished in sex after under her thumbs.
She was the kind of kid who would like take magnifying glasses to ants and see what happened.
They pooped on Samus's car.
Oh, okay. That was there too. They were like maybe they pooped on her ship. And I was like, oh, these
You have to die now.
vermin.
They were asking for
you
it.
know, maybe she went to St. Louis and had to put up with those geese.
Oh.
Those are terrible. Those are awful. They'll attack you.
These leaves appear to be unnaturally dried and
Yeah,
withered.
they were asking for it.
They were asking for it.
They were asking for it.
What is that sparkly thing up
Yeah,
there?
it'll tell you. And also give you a.
The ledge this object rests on cannot be reached from this
when
glitter.
you figure out how to get there, remember to scan it before getting it.
Why are you closed? Tell us why you are closed.
To tempt.
Why are you closed?
It's teasing you.
It's teasing you.
Because that's how Metroid works.
Because that's how Metroid works.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I shouldn't be up here yet.
I think they're good.
I'm good, but at the same time, the enemies will infinitely.
It'll teach you later.
It'll teach you later, but right now the enemies will infinitely spawn.
You can scan it.
I can scan it. New creatures. How is a hive a
It's just using
creature?
creatures for like anything that you can kill, and that also attacks you.
War Wasp Hive! Primary War Wasp dwelling, only vulnerable to heavy weaponry. War Wasps build their homes over existing crevices using whatever materials are close at hand. They carry building fragments back to the construction site with their forelegs and glue them in place with adhesive secreted from their abdomens.
I like how redundant a word like warlock is. Like, have you ever seen a peace wasp? Is that even, like, that's not even a thing. Like, that's so inherently contradictory. Like, wasps are already a war.
Where are the wasps? They don't want to come out yet, do they?
Shoot the nest.
I don't want.
Be like a little kid and throw rocks at the wasp nest. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to think like a 12-year-old. Oh, I'm gonna throw rocks at the wasp nest because that's logical. Maybe, I don't know, maybe people...
We're recreating the beginning of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
I guess.
Okay then. There's nobody home.
Oh, these things.
I remember these. Scarabs. Exploding parasites that can embed their bodies in solid rock.
Oh, thank you.
Scarabs think nothing of sacrificing themselves for the safety of their swarm. When a hostile life form is sighted, they block its progress by embedding themselves into the floors and walls. Embedded scarabs violently self-destruct when threatened. I remember that you can die by going through swarms of these. So you have to kill them.
Yeah.
You always have to kill them.
Yeah, they take out a truck everywhere
Mm.
if you be like me and you like just plow right through them because you don't give a damn.
Because you don't give a damn. But I only have one energy tank right now, so no thanks.
Yeah, you'll get Your
I'll
first
get
energy tank's a
beefier.
pretty big deal. in
I'll
most
get
Metroid
beefier.
games. In most Metroid games, your first energy tank is a pretty big deal.
Your first energy tank is, oh thank God, I have double health now.
Double the health. Yeah, I guess that'd be the reason why.
These idiots are embedding themselves sideways. I'll flip
They're
it.
little bugs,
Turn
little bugs
ways.
that way, like I had a fly in my car on the way here, and I'm
Get out of my car.
I'm like, why can't you just be like a regular animal and hide because the big monster is trying to kill you?
New creatures entry has been downloaded. Ion, a mobile organism is entirely composed of ocular tissue. Capable of launching sustained energy beams when active, the ion is sensitive to light and will close shut if light flash ignites nearby.
That's very evolutionary, and I hate it. Let's just be an eye.
Let's just be an eye. How does this thing reproduce? How did it get here? What is its purpose? Why did it have to open up when I showed up? I could have shot it in the fucking butt. New Chozo lore.
The Chozo gets more like
Chozo lore is great. Chozo script translated.
I think it's a
We Chozo are departing now after so many years of peaceful seclusion here on Talon 4. When we came, this place was a refuge for our spirits, a civilization built from the native materials.
bereft of the trappings.
Bereft, that's the word. Bereft of the trappings of our technology. See, that's another reason why I couldn't get into this game when I was younger, is because I was too young for most of these words and I didn't understand most of what was going on.
I know some of these words.
I know some of these words. I know words like tear. I don't know the word mandible, but I know the word tear.
When I was a kid, I played this game. I was
I remember when we were first playing Pokemon for the first time, our first Pokemon game was Pokemon Stadium, and you called it the Urta Cup. You pronounced
Mom remembered that there was some funky way that I was pronouncing the word ultra.
the word ultra was apparently the word Urta. Urta. That's what it was. It was Urta. It was Urta.
I guess you remembered it right.
It was definitely Urta.
Okay. I remember. I just remember I was mispronouncing it for a while.
Bereft of the trappings of our technology. We were linked to the land here, kindred to the plants and animals, far away from the machines that we've become so dependent on. And so we leave it now, pristine, a testament to the mortal forms we no longer need. We have drawn the veils of time and space aside, and are withdrawing beyond the illusion, but we will never forget this, the most sacred of our homes, and we will remain ever watchful.
Chozo lore has this weird way of being like, ooh, we're better, but at the same time, we lost all control. I don't know.
Unusually high concentrations of poison identified in trees.
Yeah, that's how you would spell it if you were gonna spell pronunciation. That I did. When I guess it was, I probably like 7 or 8.
It was the Urta Cup.
Urta.
It was an Urta ball.
It was the N64 and the N64 with the latest game. That must have been like, it must have been like 1999 or 1998. I would have been like 6 or 7.
Structural weakness identified in sandstone block. That's another thing you gotta pay attention to in this game. Oh, these are wasps.
I think you gotta pay attention to the
I gotta pay attention to these! New creatures entry has been downloaded to the lone bleh. War wasp, airborne insect equipped with venomous stinger capable of shearing steel. The war wasp rarely stays far from its hive in pursuing an immediate threat. It attacks with no regard for its own survival, dive bombing its enemy with stinger extended. Fast working toxins from its stinger can incapacitate most small organisms, but I'm not most small organisms. There he goes. So he has really bad allergies, so forgive him if he has to go and blow his nose sometimes. Structural integrity of metal is stable, no flaws detected. So, I have to be careful with the wasp nest. Let's use that any more wasps. Elevated toxicity levels found in tree bark. Scans indicate a poisoned water source within 4 meters of tree base. And this thing that the developers apparently only made as a huge joke. An ornate wall hanging with a highly reflective surface. It does not appear important.
Well, like the shows are all like artsy and stuff like oh, let's put this mirror here.
Let's put this mirror here because why not?
Yeah, I mean, they're artists.
It like I think I remember specifically reading something about this specific thing and how it was a big joke by the developers for whatever reason.
Yeah, I guess that one.
I just remember it being a big joke for the developers.
Well, I think, as far as the game design goes, like, reflection of Sam's face.
Yet it's very pixelated. You're doing a very awful job and you should be
It's
ashamed.
2002, man. You know, this was right after like the N64 and all that polygon stuff.
Yes,
You know,
but look at this game. It holds up even to this day sometimes. It's gorgeous.
In fact, I think I remember reading something like this game was originally. I think I remember this game was originally gonna be released to the N64, and then somewhere in the middle of development, they decided to switch it over to being released for GameCube. So for a while, the expectation was that this was gonna come out for the N64. That they had to put up with those limitations.
It might have had something to do with the disk drive. I don't know.
What?
It might have had something to do with the canceled disk drive
I
thing.
don't know.
Chozo sculpture.
That's just hardware.
Chozo sculpture crafted in honor of Talon Star. The only translatable symbol detected on this sculpture is the word Chozo.
I guess they had it.
The only translatable. Okay, you have two things saying the same thing, and I had to scan both.
The thing is a translatable symbol, but where are the symbols?
Where are the symbols?
Oh, there they are. They're on the lead. They're on the wings of the thing. You know.
Okay.
One of them is I get these a logographic.
This petrified organic matter looks like a rock carved into the shape of an eye. It's a petrified ion, guys. That's what this is. It's a petrified ion. I guess that's how they died. I guess that's how they died. You died! There's a tank here somewhere.
Yeah,
I can't get to it. I need more
secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
tunnel.
This small tunnel leads back behind the wall. The width of the opening is approximately 1 meter in diameter. I always find it so weird that the morph ball is a meter in diameter.
Kind of makes sense. I mean, yeah,
Toxicity levels of the water are very high. Contact with contaminated liquid extremely hazardous. Brimstone.
with an N.
That's what I was going to say. Is that
Oh yeah, it's brimstone. Oh, okay.
yeah. Is that you got to pay attention to what the scan visor says says a certain material is made out of, because that's a clue on how to break it. You eventually become more oriented with what materials can be broken by what weapon.
I guess they thought using the word was more emotive for 3D environment using a symbol, because in the 2D game there's always a symbol.
Creatures. Plasmite. Small insect capable of storing and releasing thermal energy. Plasmites are attracted to the sources of heat, thriving on the energy present there. They emit light when hunting and will expel small bursts of thermal energy when threatened.
Oh yeah, this is definitely taken out of Super Metroid. Super Metroid has these things.
Yeah.
But in Super Metroid, it became more important to keep them alive, because if you killed all of them, then the room was completely dark. And you couldn't see it.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, well done.
Ooh. Yeah. Large energy replaces 20 units.
The big hell.
The big health. Oh no.
Oh yeah, this thing.
This is one of the bosses that I've always been afraid of, and I don't know why. It's like, it's an early game boss, and I feel like I missed an energy tank.
No.
Get the
No.
feeling.
No.
Drainage processes traces of high-level toxins. But yeah, this is always one of the bosses that I'm always worried about for whatever reason. Mechanical device appears to be inactive. Life forms detected within the hull's machine. Bridge, elevated bridge. I want to scan the elevated bridge. This elevated bridge looks worn but functional. Let's go on the elevated bridge.
Now, if there's supposed to be like a low tech, let's get rid of all the technology kind of people, why do they have this
It's misplaced technology, like how Zelda does it.
Maybe.
Why
guess
is the
it's-
scan down here?
I think they needed a little bit more.
New creatures entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Hive Mecha. Security unit programmed to work with predatory hive dwellers. A design flaw makes the shielding of the Hive Mecha weak around the access ports. These units are second-generation combat drones, unable to interfere with organic units at a higher level. They train, shelter, and work with hive-dwelling predators. Unarmed, they rely on their hive beasts to handle any threats.
The logic.
Yeah.
Oh, you can scan them.
Yes, I know. What do you think I was trying to do? New creatures. Ram War Wasp, airborne predator, circles its prey and then strikes. The War Wasps are the only species on Talonford to evolve with a true hive mind. Nesting in damp, dark places, Ram War Wasps emerge in small groups when threatened and circle their enemy at high speeds, disorienting it. Striking from all sides in a single intelligence, they can propel human forces. Yeah, I never liked this boss. Yes, I know! I know you're supposed to use the radar to tell where they are, but, like said, I always get disoriented. Yes, but I already took way much more damage than I should have. You're supposed to tell where they're stopped.
You can let it go out.
You're stopped. Stopped. You were stopped. You're supposed to stay in one place, miss. You're stopped. Yeah, it's teaching me the radar. It's teaching me how to... When they stop, they're about to attack. That's what I remember about this boss. I passed.
Like the trailer boss is always like pass. Like you don't.
The only reason I worry about that boss is because you just don't have a whole lot of.
You're gonna think behind.
I scanned the thing behind it. Scan this thing. Missile launcher. Very descriptive.
I would never guessed by the shape. I would have thought it was a multi.
Oh, I thought it was a morphball. Missile launcher required. Yeah, I always worry about that boss because you always show the simple health. Press Y to fire. Press A to switch back into the beams. Missiles can destroy some blast shields and doors.
Like we didn't do that before at the pirate station.
Like we didn't do that before. Now let's do something.
I like how they have the Metroid version of the Zelda Ocarina of Time. You did a thing, song, you know?
Yep.
You did a thing.
Energy tank. This item permanently increases your maximum energy capacity by
I thought it was
No, is there anything else in here? Fun box, so fun box, small and square and dark. Fun box, so fun box, check out these cool fun locks. Yay! Why? I got the energy tank, that's why I'm all healed.
Why what?
I'm fully healed because I got the energy tank.
Yeah, the energy tank was good. That's like bullet type Metroid.
I forget that.
No, not that.
Get up!
That is not the way.
I don't know the way. And I'm going to drop that right there.
That's the way. Now we don't need to do that anymore.
Good. It was a very racist meme.
You know what I mean?
And now we can destroy Warlock's hives. And now that
there's a bunch of stuff here. I think I remember.
there's a bunch of stuff here. Why can't I lock onto those? I want to lock onto the blast caps.
They're plants. So it could be like, oh, this game.
Are
is
they
about-
plants or are they fungi?
Well, I mean, they're okay. No, they're a stationary thing that stays in one place. Therefore, you're not have to walk on.
A stationary thing that stays in one place.
It's reinforcing the concept.
Well. Ooh, map station.
Yeah. You can. Oh yeah, this is Super Metroid thing as well. They have
Maybe
map stations
they're
for Metroid.
lichens? Ellie has a good point.
Like it. Oh, the little weeds. Yeah, maybe
Weed things.
could be
So, this place, big.
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 I like the UFO over there.
Oh, this thing?
Yep.
I do like that. I do like that.
Yeah.
So, something I should point out is that if you go into a room, every single one of them has a name. For instance, this little hallway is called the nursery access.
they did that for Prime specifically. For the 3D game specifically, they did that.
Main plaza. And it does become integral at one point.
Integral?
Yeah.
You mean important?
It does become important. Yeah.
Oh.
You gotta use it for
It's been a while
something.
since I played this game.
Why is there another thing here and why can't you scan it?
Because you already know what it is. Supposedly. I don't watch the video.
Supposedly. Where did I come from? Where did I go? Where did I come from, Joe?
Where did it come from? Where did it go? I think I know why Marco likes this game, because video game logic kind of
I'm hit!
Oh yeah, a lot of walk Oh, I get it. This is like in NES Metro where you have those little bugs that come out of the lava and like they charge at you, and they infinitely spawn, so that there's always infinite numbers of them.
People call those pipe enemies.
Pipe enemies. That's the name for those things.
Yeah, people typically call them pipe enemies because they infinitely spawn.
Yeah. Well, they were a thing in all the old Metro games, and they stopped doing them since like Fusion. This game. Well,
No,
they
they're
have them
actually.
in this game. They have them in this game.
They have
stopped
one
doing
in this
them
game.
Fusion.
There's one in this game. Only one.
Oh yeah, just the Warwolf. Yeah. I guess it became an unpopular notion because people wanted to be completions to be able to kill all the enemies, so they kind of scrapped the notion of
Just
type.
the War Wasp. Just the War Wasp. There's one more.
Warwolf. Let me think. You're testing me on my Metroid trivia. I'm gonna have to see. What else? Oh man, I cannot remember. I guess we'll see it when we see it.
You won't see it.
I won't see it.
You won't see it. You're not gonna be here for that part unless you wanna keep watching this thing.
Is it the very last part?
It's the very last
Oh
part.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the very last part.
Yeah, those guys are pretty. Those guys kind of suck. I hate them.
I don't like them.
They suck.
They suck.
And you can't kill the spawn point either, which is a lot like the old game.
You can't kill the spawn point.
Because in the old games, the spawn point was like some pool of lava. Or something. So, I think the reason for having something like an infinitely spawning enemy in a Metro game was so that you could use it to get your power back if you were it was just grindy around power.
The only reason I remember that it's a pipe enemy is that happens to be my least favorite room in the entire game. I've had nightmares spawn specifically because of the way that room works.
Huh. Okay.
That's the basis of the majority of my video game nightmares. Is that room?
That one room.
That one room at the very beginning, at the very end of the game.
Okay.
It always
not
took the
not
form
the
of.
very end of the game, but it's at the last level.
Yeah, it's a very tippy end.
Oh really? The very tippy end?
It's the last level.
Yeah. Okay. It's in the last level, but it's not the very last room.
It's not the very.
I think the biggest.
It is the biggest room. Yes.
Minus,
Minus, the final boss room.
yeah, the final boss. Not the final boss.
Where am I going? Oh, I know where this is.
Oh yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
I like this battle. That was fun.
This battle's fun.
You have a
This
lot of
game,
different-
yeah. This game is really good when it comes to bosses. All the bosses are fun in some sort of
Bosses are boss.
capacity.
Are they
Bosses.
bosses? Are they bosses?
They're all creative in some sort of light. And you know, like, some bosses are gonna be really easy, some bosses are gonna be really hard. Some of them are gonna be nightmare.
Nightmares are fun.
Nightmares are fun.
Nightmare type bosses. No, I've not played the other. I've never played other. I don't know how I'm gonna play them. Infusion Nightmares pretty fun. All I know are the. They make it look so big, and then like once you actually see it, like, oh, it's so fun.
Plated beetle, well-armored burrowing insect, vulnerable only from the rear abdomen. Creature's thick cranial plating can repel frontal attacks. This gives it an advantage in combat, allowing it to make ramming attacks, only surfacing when it detects vibrations above. Then it maneuvers itself and has to always face its rival, keeping it exposed exoskeleton present. Exposed abdomen protected. Oops. Let's dance, please, dude.
I like how a bug has a battle cry.
I mean, some bugs do make noise. It's gotta let you know somehow that it's charging,
Why would it know? I have to let you know.
so you can practice your B-dash move.
Yeah. I mean, I get the extra a lot. Potatoes.
Cicadas.
Yeah. Potatoes. Maybe it's just potatoes.
It's a pretty big cicada.
You know how side figure concepts always come from particular concepts. Like how the players like the art.
Shoo.
One thing for sure, the Metroid concept definitely like bugs. Bugs are a big thing.
So,
Yeah, I'm guessing part of being a Metroid developer is like
you do remember, the Metroid Queen from Metroid 2, yeah. They brought it back for Other M, and they also brought it back for Samus Returns. Did you hear about the new release, Samus Returns?
Oh yeah, I know. Isn't that supposed to be a remake of Metroid 2?
It is a remake of Metroid 2,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
very well done. I played it for myself, and it's a really good game.
Yeah, that's one Metroid game you played on I've not played one of those.
It's basically Metroid 2, but better. They actually give it a map.
So it's basically the Zero mission of Metroid 2.
It's the Zero Mission of Metroid 2. It
That's
just
good.
doesn't
Metroid 2
add
needed
a
a
whole
map.
lot of content.
Metroid 2 needed a map. Metroid 2 is so labyrinthine.
And it sucked because the game didn't have a map.
Well, it was an older game too. They're still trying. It was the second ever Metroid game, so of course they were still gonna do.
That's why it's called Metroid 2. Metroid 2!
Yeah, they were gonna have to, you know. It was an experimental. I mean, the very first Metroid was a very experimental concept. Naturally, they were not gonna have perfected everything.
It was ambitious. Like, what are you going to do if you have this dark game that doesn't really appeal to younger audiences? But it worked.
Well, the way it was played. Well, the design of the level and stuff.
The first Metroid was really hard.
The part that was pretty experimental. Like before Metroid, I think, you know, there was this convention that the player always had to go right to progress in the level.
Wait a sec.
The design of NES Metroid such that if you were to follow the regular convention, you would get stuck, and you had to go left, which was a new concept, to get the power up so that you could progress and actually be able to go past the barrier to go right. That was the very first
Oh wait, I need bombs to get that.
block power up pattern in NES Metroid. With introducing the notion that you can go other directions too.
So I do
So,
need
yeah,
bombs to get into that
I
slot.
guess in that way, people think of the Metroid genre as having pioneered the concept of an industrial video game.
You know what a Metroidvania is, right? Metroidvania is a term used to define video games that were inspired by Metroid's
Yeah.
formula.
Well, I know about the phenomenon. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the term for it. There's a bunch of Metroidvanias today, like
Yeah.
you know my boyfriend's name, right? I just call him Claude. Claude right now is actually showing me a Metroidvania. He's streaming it to me privately. It's called Hollow Knight.
Oh no.
And it's interesting so far. I just kind of wish I knew what was going on.
Okay. Claudio, you said?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
cool.
his real name is Claudio, but we just call him Claude. He prefers Claude.
Claude.
He prefers Claude.
Oh, okay. I feel like that's the game you like, huh?
He just likes games in general.
Oh, okay.
He's been really into the new Smash Bros. Game.
But like Nintendo games,
Yeah, he likes Nintendo games. He just kind of likes games.
like all games, like Call of Duty and stuff.
What am I doing? Where am I going and why? I know what I'm doing now. I was just kind of wandering aimlessly.
I think you need like.
I was talking and not using my
let's see,
brain.
What was it you needed to get to that last one?
I knew what I needed to go. I know what I needed to do. I think it was Spider Ball. Yeah, I think it was Spider Ball.
Oh, it was Spider-Man. Okay. So they were trapped. Yeah, okay, I remember now. Yeah, I can see the reason for it, but it is kind of disappointing how much they nerfed a lot of the concept from the 3D game to make it fit 3D in Metroid. Because they nerfed Spider-Man, they nerfed Space Jump.
No, it's more like wait.
Because Space Jump used to be like infinite flight, basically, in the 2D Metroid. And there was a reason for it. It's because in the 2D Metroid, you were spending most of your time underground anyway, so it wasn't like you had the risk of being able to just fly out of the level. But in this case, in the 3D game, there's a lot of
So
you're on the surface a lot.
So Metroid 2 did have Spider Ball.
Yeah, it did have Spider-Man, and it was a lot more ubiquitous. You could attach stuff to any surface. That wasn't.
I mean,
That was the way Spider-Man worked in Metroid 2.
Samus Return did that too, but they designed it into the way. They designed the game in a way to make it so you can use Spider Ball, but you are still limited in what you can do. For instance, some surfaces have this sticky, like slime substance to it, so that you couldn't traverse in those areas.
But like the average surface, could you attach Spider-Ball to?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's not that much of a difference. They're just introducing a new no Spider-Ball concept that wasn't Spider.
Welcome back, Davian.
In the regular Metroid 2, the only thing you couldn't attach Spider-Ball to was spikes, and the reason for that was because they would hurt you.
Yeah. Foundation overchoked by overgrowth. Toxin levels are high.
And you couldn't attach if you were to go to the one room that was an overworld, which was your ship room. If you were to try to Spider-Ball up that, you would eventually reach like the hazardous zone, and that would hurt you. So Spider-Ball and make you fall back down.
If you had a 3DS, I would probably get you or loan you some.
And it would make sense. And it did the same thing with Space Jump, because Metroid 2 also introduced Space Jump.
Your Chozo lore has been added to your book. Chozo script translated. As we struggle with the great poison, something stirs at the edges of our vision. It is the hatchling, Samus. We feel her across the void as she hunts and corrupted. Will our fates again be one? As our pride shatters, will prophecy become real? When all the strength wanes from the Chozo, will it be the hatchling who fulfills our legacy? True sight eludes us, and the poison gnaws at our vision, leaving seers blind and filled with despair. Truth's blessing may come too late.
Okay.
It's depressing. It's interesting, but it's
children in real
depressing.
life are like emos. They listen to they listen to like American football.
What am I doing? Where am I going? Where am I going?
They listen to like
Corn.
what are they called? I don't want to say MCR because that's so mainstream.
I mean, it's mainstream, but at the same time,
It's like you know,
Linkin
it's
Park
like
is kind of
people
mainstream
people
too.
think of Berkman emo, but it's like so mainstream. They listen to like.
What are we doing?
Oh man, I imagine they would listen to like they wouldn't be that interested in like the super metal kind of stuff. They'd be more reserved. They would like the
Evanescence.
softer kind of music.
Evanescence.
Even less than that. Like like maybe even like borderline hipster music kind of thing. I could see them doing that.
Wait a second, this is where I came from, isn't it? This is where I came from. No, it's not.
Chozo music.
No, it's not. Maybe we should- I mean, there's some Evanescence songs that kind of take it easy. Intense heat reading detected
time
behind
to lay on my lap with Kitty.
I can't go in there yet.
Use the bathroom with Kitty.
Let him pee!
But you're soft and you're horrible.
But you are warm. See, she can be sweet.
Yeah, I know. I guess she just didn't. She really didn't have to find a chair with other cats. But I need you off the bathroom with you.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, these things. And they slightly changed the mechanics of this, which makes sense because they have to stand the 3D.
Shriek bats, territorial ceiling dwellers. Body temperature peaks at 121 centigrade. Shriek bats have high internal temperature, making them easy to spot with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings while hunting for small prey. Fiercely territorial, they'll dive bomb anything that wanders near.
Once you take a step,
Okay, Hugo. Let him pee.
This will give them the chance to show the start.
Let him pee.
Yeah, so it's not the start screen right now. While you talk.
I'm showing off the start screen. I promise. Hello, monkey. Okay, this is our stuff. So, there's our inventory. It shows what we have and what we don't. Sort of. The logbook is all of our the stuff we've all scanned. What did I come back to? Welcome back, Chi. Pirate data, and you know, all the stuff that the space pirates log. The fall of Zabus. That's the thing that we got at the exploding frigate. The Chozo lore. The rippling walls that we were scanning that the Chozos left behind. Creatures, all little creatures that we scanned. There are so many of them. Research. Research is boring. And that down there, we can't do anything about that yet. Options. Quit game. Is this real life? Or is this just fantasy? I grew up with Pokemon, you see. I wasn't doing anything weird while you were away.
Weird? Like what kind of weird?
Let's get back to the game.
Okay. I'm not gonna touch it.
Ooh, big tree. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. Reaper Vine, powerful rock-dwelling tentacle. A single eye upon the Reaper Vine keeps the constant vigil, but its vision is limited to 10 meters. A scythe-like appendage on its tip is honed to lethal sharpness. The Reaper Vine will swing this blade wildly at anything that enters the zone of perception. really kill these. At least not easily.
There
is a way to kill them.
Eventually, you find. Yeah, eventually you get a way to kill them.
Eventually. Just not now.
No.
Wait a sec. Oh.
Oh yeah, those things.
The presence of a rune.
No, not that. You want the critter.
Yeah, I know, but it won't let me scan the critter. There isn't a target for the critter.
A new critter.
There is a new critter entry, but it won't let me scan it. I shouldn't have jumped down here. This runic symbol has been activated. 4 runic symbols in this room must be activated. Get out of here.
Symbol actually means.
Nope, it's just a symbol.
You just gotta activate 4 of them. Okay.
Here's the thing.
Wouldn't it be funny if it, like if this was planet Earth and it'd be like the letters A, B, C, and D, and then call them like ooh spiritual runic symbol when it's literally just letters A, B, C, and D.
Here's the thing. You have to scan them. Fuck you. Save station.
It'd be cool if someone like actually invents like a log of graphic shows them actually using these things.
Yes,
like,
but
no, give that much more depth to the world. And I know.
If only
I know the
we
Metroid,
could.
I know the Metroid lore isn't that deep, but you know, it'd be cool.
it's not that deep.
I mean, it's not like D&D or whatever. But, you know,
There is. But at the same time, with the scan visor, it kind of renders everything that we're looking at gibberish.
Yeah, it does tell you.
Man. Doobada-dee, doobada-da, doobada-dow. I wish I could do this yet, but I can't do this yet. I can't do the thing yet.
What then?
I can't do the runic symbol thing yet.
No, you're not.
I'm not supposed to be able to do it.
The immersion,
There's so much shit here. I feel like I'm missing something every single time I'm going to this room. Why do the mushrooms make noise? Why do they make noise? And so by default, it's justified that they make a rare sound.
Yeah, everything makes a rear sound in Metroid.
Everything makes a rare sound.
You know, anything that's a life form makes a rear sound in Metroid. Even the amoeba parasites in Metroid Fusion, they make
Because that makes sense for some reason. I mean, I know
everything makes noise in Metroid.
I mean, I know that a brand spanking new hose is going to make sound when you let all the air out of it, but I'm hit.
It's Metroid. Everything has to be violent.
Ooh, wait, I know where this is going. I do know where this is going.
Yeah, do that.
Yes, do that.
Yeah, that's your next thing.
Yeah, that is my next thing.
No, you could have been very sneaky about it and just picked them out.
That which fouls the water seeks the sun. Whatever the hell.
I'm so arcane. I think that was
Whatever the hell that means.
Whatever the hell that means.
The door cannot be opened with that weapon. But I wanna open it! But I know. Use bombs wisely. Viral roll.
Yeah. Oh, that's old by now.
But it's still very much alive.
Is it?
Sort of.
That's sort of alive. Not.
I mean, everybody's heard of it at this point.
There's like a finite number of like statues that you're dead, and then there's like
there's revived somehow. There's like a renaissance.
No. The way revived works is the concept of death comes with the meme, and it gets redefined as a symbol of meme death. That's how revival works.
I mean, Doge has kind of been,
That's what happened to You Don't Know the Way, and that's what happened to Tide Pods.
Tide Pods.
Yeah, they both became symbols of meme death.
Roots originate over walls, no decomposition detected. Host plant appears to thrive on toxic water. I scanned that one. Where do I go? Oh, that platform. I'm smart. Ouch.
Smart.
I couldn't find which platform to jump on.
Oh yeah.
Alden brought beer.
No, I didn't. I'm not. Or I did bring beer, but I'm not on my iPhone. I thought I was on my iPhone.
He brought beer, guys.
No, I'm like.
Stop spilling beer on my carpet.
I'm not throwing it. Okay. Do you have a trash can? Do you have to throw it away?
I do have a trash can. There's actually a recycle bin outside for,
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
put them in the blue one.
Blue, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Where's the last one?
I like the fact that you're burning it.
Yeah.
Is it outside, you think?
Yeah, it's outside. It's like it's around the corner-ish. Oh. I did have to come back here. Hello. Hello, beautiful. Hammer. We were definitely birthed from the same mother. I thought you didn't like high-pitched noises.
I thought that I don't like them, but I can't hear them very well. Well, that pitch I'm looking here fine, but like, bring up an octave about that, I can't hear it.
I do remember at one point I was listening to some of my music and you were like, ow, can you turn that down?
Maybe that was my XP king, I don't know. Okay.
That was actually when you were in your 20s.
Okay. I think those symbols obviously were like the different appendages of a Chozo like anatomy, and then the middle one was obviously a hammer.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's pretty obvious what the meanings are.
New Chozo lore. We have
Yeah,
returned to Talon 4, born here against our will by the great cataclysm from the reaches of space. A meteor came, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. We perceived this from beyond space and time, it was but a curiosity, a brief flare in the infinite march of the universe. But the meteor brought with it a corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, crawling at life with such violence that we were ripped from our peaceful state to find ourselves wandering as shadows from the mortal forms we left behind, searching for why we are here.
I like the pseudo kind of thing you're trying to do here. Okay.
Charge beam!
Charge beam.
Charge beam!
What I can tell you is
Charge beam!
We'll figure it out.
Give me that.
I like how the camera is like, oh, this is charge beam. I'll figure it out.
I want to get some food. I want to put pizza or something.
Well, I had for dinner. I had what's that? Bahama Breeze. I had a shrimp and grits meal. What was good?
That needs to be breaking by, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you can do that.
I can't do that yet.
Yeah, you can do all this shit.
We can destroy ions now. What I like about this game in particular is that so many other games, for whatever reason, have the bad guys, serving under some kind of army or something, so they're all unified under the same force, and that gets a little bit boring sometimes. This game is different in the fact that all the forms of life here are attacking you for a different reason. Like, most of the forms of life here are attacking you just because they're trying to survive.
Usually they're just like critters that are...
Yeah, they're just critters. They're just trying to make their way. They're just trying to survive.
Sometimes they'll be like the X or the space.
Yeah, they're just doing whatever they feel like needs to be done so they can survive.
Which paints Sam with kind of a bad light, you know, because she's like, oh, I'm just gonna kill all this shit because it's trying to defend itself.
Well, it attacked her first.
I think Nintendo kind of makes me laugh. You know,
Mario is a war criminal.
Yeah, Mario is a war criminal.
Mario is a war criminal.
You know, I mean, it's Bowser's territory, isn't it?
I mean, Bowser's kind of the one who overstepped his boundaries sometimes, at some points.
I think I remember.
But at the same time, Mario is a war criminal.
I think I remember a bunch of Mario when we were kids, we kind of logicked it in such a way that the real bad guys of Mario were actually Wario and Waluigi, and Bowser was actually not that bad. All he wanted to do was to be king, and then Wario and Waluigi were like being bullies or something. I don't remember, but somehow we logicked it in such a way that like Wario and Waluigi were the actual bad guys of Mario.
But that's just a theory.
But nowadays people like Waluigi because he's like the symbol of weirdness or whatever. So people like him.
They look at him like the selfish weird guy, and they're like, yes,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
him.
it's
That's
very-
exactly who I want
It's
to.
very individual.
That's exactly who I want to have represent me.
Well, it's very individual. So that's
There was a top 10 sexy Mario characters thing, and Waluigi
Oh, yeah,
took
Waluigi.
like
Every-
5 of them.
Everybody likes villains. You know, there was a
Everybody
meme about,
likes villains.
There was a meme, like on the way here, there was a meme I found about Scar. People were saying like, oh, like the Scar in the new Lion King is like so dumb looking. Like
He kind of is dumb looking. He's just
not
kind of
nearly
ugly.
as sexy as the animated Scar.
No, it's just that
like villains.
my issue with it is that all the lions just kind of look the same. You have so much more creative.
Yeah, like
You have so much more creative freedom when it comes to
Disney concepts
cartoons.
make better sense as cartoons.
Yeah, they do make much better sense as cartoons.
They're better works of art as cartoons. And you know, it kind of
Because there was a post out there from Tumblr that explained that. Goodness, that was a bad hit. Okay, there was a post out there that claimed.
That's why I told you to grab the energy, because I knew you were not going to make that jump.
Goodness. There's the save station, but I don't want to go back up there and cause all the enemies to respawn. Incoming scan data. Where am I going next?
Bomb.
Oh no, the bombs.
Yeah.
There was, as I was saying, there was a post out there that stated that a good drawing will be a good drawing forever,
Yeah.
but bad CGI lasts forever.
Yeah, okay. I get the logic behind that. Bad CGI. I think they were
Something
thinking
like
about
that.
things like those really dumb CGI Dr. Seuss movies and stuff. Or like anything, most things out of what's that? Like Imagination Entertainment, is that what they're called? The
Illumination.
Illumination. The people who made Despicable Me, like most of their films, they're so boring enough to really do CGI.
It's the cheapest entertainment.
Yeah, it's
that
cheap.
it's cheap entertainment that tries to
Now, you
pander
can
to the largest audience
You
possible.
can do good artful CGI, like a lot of Pixar movies are really good artful CGI. You do understand.
I do want to scan that, but I want to grab this first. New research. Lock system engaged. Secure the area to lock the door. I've always liked Waluigi since he showed up in Mario Tennis. He's pretty much just intolerant.
Taxiderm.
All the lions look taxidermy.
Yeah,
They kind of
taxidermy.
do look taxidermy.
Good word for it.
And one of the bigger complaints about the new Lion King is that none of the characters express anything.
Well, that's because it's supposed to be like.
It's supposed to be realistic, but at the
yeah,
same
it's supposed to
time,
be, it's supposed to be live action, but
it's
you know,
supposed to be quote unquote live action.
the concepts were invented for animation. They
The
were
concepts were invented for animation, and as such,
Beauty and the Beast has the same problem.
yeah, definitely.
I
Stone
didn't like
toad
the- I didn't
preys
like
on
the
creatures
Beauty
smaller than itself, vulnerable only from within. A stone toad is able to remain still for
It has a
days.
beak.
Does
That's
have
the
a
thing.
beak.
It's like bird-like.
It is kind of bird-like.
Makes it seem as though it was something that was created. Well, it's a stone toad, so I guess it was created by the show, though, wasn't it?
It preys upon creatures smaller than itself, inhaling them whole. Anything it finds ingestible, it regurgitates. Stone
Yeah.
toads use their tusks as a last resort in combat.
Yeah, even real lions didn't know it had body language. Yeah, I guess that's true.
People compare the old Lion King to people are comparing the new Lion King to. You remember the Chronicles of Narnia movie?
Yeah. I know about Narnia.
People are comparing them to Aslan. Aslan was very expressive. Aslan looked fantastic for the time and holds up today just because of.
I don't know that I've seen.
I do want to see
I don't know
it.
that I've seen real life. Then again, I've only seen screenshots. But the movie's not out yet, is it?
There was a preview, and that's why people are criticizing it.
Oh, okay.
Incinerator drone, programmed for high temperature waste disposal. Device schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction when the internal power core is damaged. Unit has minimal combat programming, but can defend itself if necessary. This drone's intense heat blasts compensate for its lack of battle prowess.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about that, you know, maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but I happen to really like. I like when people like.
Oh no, people really like
Like my
mods.
favorite one. My favorite one I think might have been. No, I don't know that I have a favorite, but one of my favorites is Marty McFly. Marty McFly is great.
Oh, come on!
He's a reskin Captain Falcon, but I think the intention was to make it so that his final smash when he uses the racer. I think the intention was to have that be the DeLorean. I think they haven't done that yet.
I don't know, but if you're into that, you should probably know about Project M. Barbed War Wasp. Project M.
Yeah.
Airborne insect with the ability to launch its stinger at prey. A highly aggressive member of the war wasp family, this insect can propel its tip of the stinger up to 20 meters. The stinger tips regrow seconds after launch and contain an acidic compound designed to predigest prey.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I'm the kind of guy who's like all for like all these crazy characters doing the stuff because you don't have anything to
Hey, remember when we designed
Homer Simpson
Remember when we completely remember Mr. Salt? We designed Mr. Salt as a Smash character.
That'd be great for like a project like that. Mr. Salt from Blue's.
Mr. Salt from Blue's Clues as a Smash character.
I don't remember the logic behind my
we were young. We were having fun.
We designed a full move set for Mr. Salt.
For Mr. Salt.
Like we had like his side B move, his up B move, and his down B move, and his up B move, and his down B move. Like we had the whole thing mapped out. We had drawings for it too. I don't know if we still have this. I guess Mom does have the drawings now, but there's drawings of all of it. There's like concept art of all of it. But.
More ball bomb. But Davian has a point. Like that said, the people going nuts over Waluigi not being in Smash.
Waluigi.
Just like calm down. I was a little disappointed, but I wasn't upset.
Well,
or
I mean,
anything.
I think
we got an awesome roster.
I think it's just I think a lot of them are just riding on the meme of the fact that Disney wasn't Smash. And the other purple villains. I think that's supposed to be what it was.
Just people really want Waluigi.
I don't know. I happen to be a Scaly, so I like Ridley. I'm happy with Ridley.
More full ball required. I mean, I identify more with Ridley than I do with Waluigi. Well, not. It's just I grew up with Ridley.
I just like him because I'm a Durgan fan, so I like my Durgan.
I was just always
like
what's the point of
Durgan.
Waluigi? Yeah, give me that.
I still think my favorite Ridley was Super Metroid Ridley. I like the way his creatures. I like the way Super Metroid Ridley creatures more than Fusion Ridley creatures.
I like Fusion Ridley because I grew up with Fusion Ridley, and it was just this is the loudest motherfucker of my childhood.
Fusion Ridley.
I think that's the first version of Ridley I ever saw.
I don't know, like the sonorous of it. I mean, you like birds, right?
I do like birds.
Super Metroid. If you ever get around to playing Super Metroid Ridley is a lot more bird-like. Like his screech is more bird-like. I think I get the impression if you get familiar with Super Metroid, you'll like Super Metroid Ridley more. I for one, at least I like Super Metroid Ridley. Ridley X is screamy. Ridley X is screamy, and Super Metroid Ridley is chirpy. I think.
We're going to the furnace.
Chirpy. I think that's a good word for Super Metroid Ridley. No, well, okay, it's not a chirp. It's like the way a bird would scream, I guess. Or it's like a really like vocal. It's like a really clamorous calling that a bird would. speaker would describe it with Super Metroid release the sound that Super Metroid really makes.
Where am I going?
But I think if you get around to play Super Metroid, you would like Super Metroid really.
Where am I going?
Because he's very bird
There.
like. That one.
Yep.
Toach is yeah, those are. And then you want to grab those popcorn.
Where am I going?
Up there. No.
Through
Corridor.
here? Corridor, thank you. If I miss a tank, please tell me.
Grab those things. Drop them. Good. Jump.
Thank you.
Hang right. Right. Platform. Yeah, don't care about this.
Shut up,
Keep
shut
going.
up. Shut up. Shut
Keep
up.
going. Keep going. Morph ball.
Morph ball. Yes.
There. Grab it.
I don't like these time settings.
Yeah, I know they give you pretty bad anxiety. So if you do get a chance, be sure you scan those barrier things on the doors.
I already did.
You'll get. Oh, you already did good.
I already did.
Good, you'll get plenty of chance later on. You didn't.
Yeah, like when boss rooms decide to close
boss
the doors.
rooms, and also some. Later in the game, you'll be fighting.
Oh yeah,
pirates.
the sentry drones.
Later in the game, you'll be fighting pirates, and when you do so, they'll put barriers up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I miss a tank, please tell me.
Tank. I'll do my best. I don't remember which one to get the tank.
It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since you played it.
You'll want to get a lot of tanks after bomb, because I think. Yeah, once you get bomb, you'll have pretty much everything to explore this level of Chozo Rooms. Or this iteration, this Chozo Rooms. And then there's only one more thing to get in Chozo Rooms after bomb before you move on to the next level. And it doesn't really help you get items here. So I think and you have bomb, so you want to get everything. Let me see.
Oren, what is your favorite Metroid that you've played so far? Definitely Prime.
I don't know what my favorite would be. I like Zero Mission a lot. I think Zero Mission is it's for me. It's a cross. For me, it's a toss-up between Zero Mission and Super Metroid. Let me see. Okay, that thing you need.
Yeah, I want that.
That thing you need later stuff for. Let's see.
Yeah, I want to get that. I don't like leaving rooms and then having to come back later. I know that's a lot of what Metroid is, but at the same time...
You have everything here.
I just...
Bomb. No, go to more fun.
Yeah, I just don't... I didn't do that.
Yeah, fuck the ion.
Fuck the ions. I mean, if that's your kink.
Prime 3. Yeah, I only played Prime 3 like maybe once or twice. I should play it more before I make my opinion of it, but I don't know, like...
It's mine now. You can't have it.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, fine. But
I'm kidding.
I still remember it. I still have the memory.
Yeah.
Memory.
So,
But
memories.
did you get everything out of? There are tanks there, but I think you have to wait. I think you have to get gravity. Yeah, you need gravity.
I forgot that there were tanks in
And
that
you
room.
need space jump to get the one here.
Yeah, I need space jump for that one. Yeah, I need to go down.
Zoom out. I want to see the whole map.
Hold on.
No. You need very for that. You need. Go to. Yeah, go. No. A little down. A little up. Up.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah,
tunnel.
get
I remember that.
Get that first.
I remember that. Let me just get this first.
Can you get that? I don't think you get that. What is it you're getting?
Bombs. It was a bombable wall.
A bomb?
It was a bombable wall.
Abominable wall? Where?
A bombable wall.
Abominable wall?
Around where we got charge beam. Remember we were looking at you can't do that.
You can try it. I think I remember. If you're thinking what I'm thinking of, I think that's the place you're gonna need. I think you're gonna need
I just
Spider
wanna
Ball
che-
for it.
I just wanna check
you
it
can
out.
explore it, but I don't. I think I remember. You're not gonna be able to get any tanks for it, but you're happy to. Feel free to explore it if you want to. It doesn't cut back that much damage.
I know. I just like making everything over.
Yeah. Three was tricky. Three was tricky. I don't know. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion or something, but I don't know. I have found that the progression of the Prime games happened in such a way. There was a pattern. The later the Prime game, the more balkanized the area was. And because in Prime 2, the whole map was split in half between the light world and the dark world. In Prime 3, you had all these planets that you were going to, kind of like Hunters. I have, in my experience, and maybe other people disagree with me, but in my experience, it was kind of it paradoxically made the game feel smaller because each area was smaller. And in my opinion, I didn't really like that. I think, as far as the Prime games go, Prime 1 is my favorite. I think because it takes after the classic Metroid the most closely.
I mean, there's some people who would agree to that kind of standpoint for Metroid
there is
Fusion.
something to get here. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You grabbed that one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, I need a minute. Yeah,
There's
some years.
There are some people agreeing to that point with Metroid Fusion, in that all these sectors are just kind of bite-sized chunks.
The Metroids? Wait, what do you mean they're bite-sized chunks?
The area, the sectors in Metroid
the
Fusion.
The sectors,
Yes.
yeah, well,
There is
I don't know, like, maybe I'm biased because Metroid Fusion was my very first Metroid game.
Main source of the toxins in the ruins.
I kind of like the way they organized it, Metroid.
There is
I mean, it's still the same one space station, so it made the space station feel big, and I like that about it. I like as far as Metro games go, I like it when you keep yourself in one place but make the one place really big.
Watch,
I like that a lot better than having a bunch of little places and then you're like traveling to those places with your ship or whatever. Like you do with Prime 3 and with Hunters. I prefer the way they did it in this game and the way they did it in the classic 2D game, where you're on one planet or space station, and then that area has different sections you can go to, and then you can backtrack and navigate and all that stuff. It emphasizes the navigational aspect of it, and it puts you in the world and makes you navigate the world yourself. And like that, I feel like that helps you make it.
We grew up with Metroid, you see.
Well, yeah. Well, I grew up with the whole thing.
You grew up with the whole
Well, I
package.
started with my first one. That was my first one, which was
Yes,
in many ways, I know that was a bad start, but whatever.
You played that religiously.
I liked it a lot.
I mean, I like it too.
I could clock something like 1 hour 30. I think my best was something like 1 hour 30 minutes on that game.
I remember you being able to do it in 2 hours.
100% items, 1 hour 30 minutes. I think I remember that was my best time. And I know the world record is something like
57 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, world record is much
47.
Now, is that for 100% items or is that just anything?
That was 1%.
1%. I did a low percent once. I don't remember if it was 1% or 2% or what, but I did a low percent once. And it's pretty easy to clock a good time on a low percent because you're not backtracking and trying to get all the items and So I feel like the timing is kind of trivial, maybe not, but as far as the in-game challenges go, the timing is pretty trivial if you're not gonna bother. So if you're not gonna bother to 100%, if you're gonna do a low percent. Though that's Metroid Fusion. Zero Mission is more sophisticated about the in-game challenge because Zero Mission does have an in-game low percent challenge, and it gives you better stuff if you get I think I remember if you get like under 15% 2 hours, under 2 hours or something like that, you get the best ending out of Zero Mission. And then it's some really awesome pixel standards in the suit, and like in the suit and then like out of the suit at the same time or something like that. Whatever.
At the same time?
Well, there's like an overlay kind of thing. It's like layered. It's like a layered artwork.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's like all emotional. So. Is there shit here? You need Spider Ball. You get the shit here.
I'm going back and getting the thing in the tunnel.
Oh yeah, I like that too. They're good about the immersive. Like the detail in here is pretty sweet. You wanna if you're gonna critique a game like this, you do wanna be fair about how much detail was put into. And the same goes for all the other Prime games. The same goes for Prime 2 and Prime 2. You want to, if you're going to critique a game like this, Prime 2 or Prime 3, you want to at least give some attention to the little details.
Dang though, now I really want you to see Samus Returns. Like, there's
yeah. I know it's like animated in 3D, but it's a 2D gameplay.
Yeah, like
It sounds
they
cool.
it
sounds kind of like Kirby 64.
They did a fantastic job with it. Like,
You know
how
you know Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards.
Yeah, I still have that. That's
sounds,
the only one.
It sounds like that game.
That's the only Kirby game I've played.
I mean, if you're gonna say like, oh, it's animated 3D, but it's played like 2D, that's the game I think of when people give me that particular description. Is Kirby 64.
See,
Yeah, GameCube. Yeah, it's pretty good. I do like that about GameCube games. I thought about the, and
you know how what am I doing?
And you know about just the fact that they were originally going to code this game for N64. That's just to show how good a job they did for this game. They were originally going to code this for 64. You know, as far as 64 games go, that would be pretty fantastic. I mean, even for GameCube games, that's pretty fantastic. But think about how a game like this would look on the N64. That would just blow the whole. That would be the one game that would blow everything out, all the other competition out of the water.
I'm not sure how people would take the controls on.
Get the shit here. Get the shit here.
Yeah, but let me kill the Warlock first.
I mean, if you're gonna think that, I mean, Jurassic Park pretty much is kind of that thing, you know. I mean, it's an '80s movie, but even nowadays the concept still holds up because they didn't use CGI. They used
yeah, it was mostly live action.
Well, they used animatronics for the dinosaurs.
It depends on what dinosaurs you were talking about, because
I'm thinking of the T-Rex.
The T-Rex was, yes, a giant animatronic, and it was.
Yeah, and it holds up nowadays because it was an animatronic.
Because
it wasn't CGI.
And it took like half the budget of the movie.
Well, you want to climb in there.
I have to shoot this one block.
No, you have to bomb it. You have to climb in there and bomb it.
Oh, I see now.
Yeah, I gotta do that. It's non-linear that way.
All right, I remember now.
Yeah, I gotta do that. And then if you're a veteran, you can be like, oh, I'm gonna go in the morph ball in mid-air and bomb shit out of it because I'm a veteran.
Because I'm a speedrunner.
I'm a speedrunner.
I've
tried
like
that. I'm not very
that.
good. I think I remember I wasn't very good at that. You know, like trying to go to morph ball mid-air.
But anyway, the Velociraptors actually were people in suits.
Oh yeah. I mean, they do that nowadays. They'll put people in Velociraptor suits, and it'll look really convincing. It'll look pretty cool. And I like that about
The fursuiter community has done a really good job of that. I remember seeing a really good raptor cosplay where some of the stuff.
Yeah. I know. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, where some of the stuff that they were trying to control was on wires.
Are you talking about the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park?
I'm talking about cosplay.
Oh, cosplay. The cosplay dinosaurs?
Yeah, cosplay dinosaurs, where it looks like a really, really convincing
I've seen those on the internet. I'm not seeing them. Then again, I don't. Maybe I don't go to that comment. Oh yeah, grab the one in there.
Anything else we were talking about?
One thing I did not like about Super Metroid was the fact that they had the generic power-up theme for every single tank. And I know they were still developing the experience, but that was the one thing I didn't like about Super Metroid was the fact they had the generic power-up theme for every single tank. I was like, and you grab like some dumbass missile tank and be like, it's not that important, game.
It's not that important.
Not that important.
It's not that deep.
You can have like a regular, maybe I'm spoiled. I think I'm spoiled because I tried off with Fusion, so I'm familiar with the sophistication of Fusion. But is that a scannable thing over there on the left?
Well, I scanned it.
Oh, okay. What did it say? It was like, oh, this is a Chozo symbol.
Yeah, it was a Chozo symbol.
Oh, okay.
There's a Chozo symbol on the wall.
We don't know what it means. Just some dumbass Chozo hieroglyphic, because, Chozo.
Because, this place it's the Chozo ruin, so we gotta Chozo it up.
Yeah. It seems to me...
It looks cool!
It seems to me like the concept of Chozo was, in large part, inspired by Egyptian culture. So
I mean, they're bird people.
They have hieroglyphic, they have the whole like person with animal head thing, but they also, I think the fact that it seemed very largely hieroglyphic based culture.
Oh.
It seemed like they're very Egyptian. That much. Oh, you call them ice? Oh.
Yeah.
I've never done the ice thing. I guess I took it off of Facebook. Like my entry is just like her first and last name. Like all of my family members, it's just their first and last name.
Our mom is such a mom. She wanted to know when Alden got here.
Oh, damn it. I was supposed to tell her. Okay, whatever.
Oh, well.
I was supposed to tell her when I got here and stuff. Because she was visiting me on my birthday on Thursday. And we had a nice dinner at Tampa. We went to a Mediterranean restaurant. It
Oh.
was good. I don't know what I had, but it was good.
Oh,
The fact that I don't remember what I had implied that alcohol was involved. But it was
You already
next to-
drank
it-
all
it
your
was
beer.
Right, it was right next to where I work. I work downtown.
He's a programmer. This guy's a programmer.
Yeah, well, yeah. I guess generally, yeah. Right now I'm kind of working on stuff. I guess it's like business process management stuff. But, it's the way the world works.
Davian in chat does programming for work too. You want to talk to them?
Who?
Davian Star.
In the chat? Oh, David Star.
Yeah.
What kind of programmer? Game programmer?
Oh, I don't think it's game programming. I think I remember they said they did.
Well, I'm familiar with web programming and cloud computing. That's what I did in my previous job a lot. I did a lot of AWS, and I'm certified AWS. And I have a hobby project in AWS that I do to kind of keep up with that. I need to better off of that. And kind of what I'm doing now. There's a part of me that wants to go back to cloud computing. I'm not doing cloud computing now, but there's a part of me that wants to go back to it. But I think for now, I want to focus on getting my lifestyle up and kind of building up my foundation.
Bleh.
Stable. That's kind of what I'm doing now. You know, if you stay far enough away, you can pick them out. You can kind of attack them. But you don't have to.
I don't want to do that.
That's too boring.
That's too boring.
Snacking is boring, man.
I want to get the foie gras.
Okay, yeah, I think you got pretty much everything. Maybe, I don't know. I don't quite remember. Then again, I'm not thinking about scans. I'm just thinking about things that count. Yeah, I gotta grab your choosers.
I'm gonna grab the stuff again.
Choosers.
I'm gonna grab that again.
Embedded and web. Okay, cool. Web programming. Have you done? Just question to Davian Star. Have you are you familiar with cloud computing? Like, do you know any like AWS or Azure or something like that? Yes. That's what I've been trained to do in my previous job, and I find that's very marketable and pretty cool.
This guy focuses on marketing skills.
Marketable skills.
Marketable skills. Where I was like, I just want to be happy.
Why not like the shit condition that millennials have financially? You kind of have to overcompensate for that. And, like, focus on the stuff. Focus on the parts of your skill set that are marketable. And, you know how boomers tell you like pick the job with passion for. That's just kind of false because you gotta pick what's marketable. Oh, grab the thing you want.
I mean, that's the one thing that we kind of agree to disagree with.
I would recommend, just like see if something like Amazon Web Services, like let's just Google it and explore the site a little bit.
I wouldn't work for Amazon if I were you.
You're not working for me. I mean, in my previous job, I worked for a different company, but I was using Amazon's web service, and that's pretty cool. I mean, if it happens to be something you're interested in, it's very marketable. Everyone wants AWS developers.
At the same time,
Very marketable.
I'm a very emotional person. You probably
Well,
knew that growing up.
You're not a programmer.
You probably knew that growing up. I mean, you can learn to do pretty much anything. There
learn-
was a
well,
simple
I don't know, but at the same time, the millennial financial condition is as critical as it is. You gotta doubt the advice that boomers give you because it's dated. You wanna what I have found is find what's marketable find the part of your skill set that is the most marketable thing, and then use that as your job, and then you can have side jobs and stuff. You can have so long as what your work what your actual work is a good enough job, a good quality job. They'll let you have enough time to be able to pursue the thing that you're actually passionate about. And I think that's the most important advice I think I would give to millennials is compartmentalize. Have a job that makes you money, and then have something that gives you meaning, and then know the difference between the two and be able to balance them. I think that's the best advice I can give to fellow millennials.
I'm very happy with the job that I have right now.
Yeah, you're working something that you enjoy quite a lot. You're doing animal care.
If only you could have seen exactly the state I was in when I was working at Domino's.
Oh, Domino's suck, man.
Domino's sucked.
I saw that text.
So
okay,
bad.
You know what? Right after I read the text you showed me, I had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
An interesting way to protest the way Domino's are doing it in practice. You can round up a bunch of friends, like 5 or 10 friends, go to Domino's, wear gas masks.
Oh no!
Wear gas masks by going to Domino's. Order pizza, sit in Domino's and eat the pizza in the restaurant. Figure it out. Figure out some way to eat food while wearing
You have no idea the implications you have.
But that's
going through my head right now.
That's my idea of how to bring awareness to this shitty business practice of we got to bring all the sick people in too. Wear gas masks and bring awareness. The only reason I don't condone it fully is I have this fear that they're gonna be like, oh well, if the customers are gonna be like that, then I guess we'll fire all the people. So I don't want to. That's pretty much why I don't actually do it. I just talk about it. The strategy, because I'm afraid they're gonna be negative. They're gonna go the bad route with it and say, oh, in that case we're just gonna fire people. But I don't want to ruin life.
No, like don't even order the food. Just be like, I'm just have to use your bathroom.
Well, I don't know. Like the thing about protesting is very symbolic. You gotta be symbolic about it. You gotta do something like wear gas masks to show up. Because everyone knows gas masks mean sickness and plague and stuff. You gotta be symbolic about it.
New creature's entry has been downloaded to your logbook while he has to go pee. Venom weed, a poisonous plant that retracts into the ground if threatened. Venom weed, is it venom or poison? Pick one. Venom weeds evolved to thrive in the habitats of large organisms. They lure prey with brightly colored leaves, then detain it with tiny barbs that deliver a powerful toxin. Venom weeds rapidly decompose anything that succumbs in their midst. But is it venom or is it poison? You have to pick one. They are not the same thing. Ugh. I'm gonna wait to open the store until he gets back. I understand when the store is in there's only one toilet in each. Yeah. I mean, the public bathroom at Domino's actually had both a toilet and a urinal, so it's not a big deal. You can tell girls that there are urinals in men's bathrooms. I'm gonna wait to open the store. It's not a big deal. You can tell girls that men have different bodies. You can do that. Shiny gun. Big stretch. I should probably do that. Been sitting in this position for too long. How long have we been streaming? I feel like we've been at this for a while. In general consensus, we were just gonna go until we were tired, and I'm not sure if we're that tired yet.
We got basically all all the items at this point.
Yeah.
You know, if you forget something, you can go back to it.
Yeah. What kind of stopping point?
It's not a cheater anyway, right? You're not trying to find the best.
Yeah, I'm not really doing that. This is just kind of let's
Yeah,
show.
you're on the way to the boss.
Yeah, I'm just trying to just show the general public the basis of the game.
Well, you're being pretty completionist anyway. You get all the scan, you get all the items.
I'm just perfectionist like that.
Uh-huh.
What kind of stopping point were you thinking about, by the way?
Yeah, if you want to scan it, and then I think the tentacles are.
Yes, the tentacles are a separate.
The tentacle is, and that's the only thing.
The tentacles are a separate scan. Yeah.
That's the only thing.
We're talking about bathrooms.
No.
We're talking about bathrooms.
I mean, this guy doesn't have a pattern. Once you figure it out.
Flagra. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. I mean, how are you going to know how to do this?
All the old school players just figure it out.
You just gotta figure it out. Concentrated weapon fire.
I get the complicated game like 3D.
Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods.
You gotta compensate for how much more complicated
New creatures. One of Flagra's tentacles fills this narrow drainage channel. Analysis indicates that Flagra's central nervous system is located at the base of the structure. Of course I have. I don't want to use my missiles. I don't know why. It's a limited item. Yeah, I don't like using limited items for some reason. Where's the... There it is.
Yeah. A good strategy is to kind of keep working. Stick there and then kind of stay in that area and then zap them. That way everything kind of like for you.
You always taught me how to do the bunny hops. You taught me to pay attention to this guy 100% of the time. Because if you don't, then you're going to lose track of what's going on. Because he can reactivate the solar panels when he's active. If you're not paying attention to what he's doing, then you gotta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How do you dodge the scythe attack? I don't understand. You don't. You just don't. I just jumped.
I recommend shooting this
I like the shockwave that makes the fourth ball jump.
You do want to be quick about getting all the points.
Yeah. Because again, he can reactivate them. And it's a very quick reactivation. It's just like, get over here! Slap.
I mean, getting started.
It's kind of an ordeal.
From this point to the first sword that you're not but you are starting on the first.
Whoa, whoa.
I recommend neutral on the door channel.
Bunny hop, bunny hop.
Oops, yeah. No. Yeah.
Yep.
Boom.
Oh.
Good.
Not yet. Oh.
I mean, it's pretty much set up for you.
Yeah. I've seen this enough times to know what I'm doing.
How many plays?
I think this is my third or so. Third or fourth.
I mean, I've been playing Super Metroid on chapter 2, and I want to try to get to the best one. I've gotten close. Bill. Oh, is it? Okay. Not bad.
What was it doing? There's the nearest port. Oh my god, they get destroyed eventually, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Now, if you're better Mortal and bomb, like you don't even have to look up the weapon. You just jump, go Mortal, bomb right next to the thing, and it'll work. I've seen gameplay of it. I've not managed to pull it off.
I need to see that.
It's on. I'm sure it's on YouTube right now. But I remember being like 12 and looking that up and finding it.
Yeah. So, to those who haven't played this,
Thank
it's implied that the great poison that the Chozos were talking about was
that's
this.
the screw attack symbol. I find it. I don't know. I take issue with the fact that they're using the screw attack symbol to be the suit. You know, whatever.
But they did a good job.
Yeah, they did it. They did a good job of the immersion.
People, what are you doing?
Yeah. I have found. The thing is about the missile on the panel. My argument for it is that you're timed when he is stunned, and also you're timed as soon as you get the first panel. So you want to be as quick as possible about getting all the other panels, so that he doesn't try to, because he will try to reset some of the panels if he's not stunned. So you want to be quick about getting all the panels, starting from getting the first panel. So that's why I recommend missiles on the panels.
So, I can't go into that one superheated room.
Yeah, the great
because
poison is phase on. You know, you're right.
Yeah, the great poison is phase on.
It is phase on. You're right.
So, I can't do this yet because I need.
Barry's suit.
Yeah, I need grapple beam.
Barry's suit and grapple beam. I think I remember you need Barry's suit. I think
You do need various suit for that.
Yeah,
I
good
did. Yeah,
That
I
Byron
did
got.
actually look at that.
I think there's a tank here.
Oh,
I
if
think.
it's in here, it's underwater somewhere. But
No.
this is
You have to go
various.
farther. You have to go farther. Oh yeah, you have to round the bend. You're right. Yeah, that thing. Go through there.
Some of this game is too dark for you to be able to properly see.
Oh, again.
Skin that.
This is the first time you see the full energy tank size health.
Yep. And it's only after you saw a big boss. That's a Bombu.
They have those in Super Metroid.
Pulse Bombu.
They work very differently, but they look the same.
Life form of raw energy and periodically releases explosive segments from its body. Pulse Bombus are energy beings invulnerable to most known weapons. Electrical energy can harm them. However, they lack any intelligence beyond the instinctive attraction to other charged energy sources.
Yeah.
Pulse Bombus produce energy constantly.
I think it's pretty obvious that they copied these guys from the guys in the wrecked ship in Super Metroid. But they work very differently. In Super Metroid, you can shoot them with your beam, and the way that they work is that they just go towards you. Basically, that's the only thing they do.
All excess energy is shed, regardless of who or what is nearby.
Yeah. But in this game, they kind of work differently. They drop bombs. But they look the same.
Whee!
Boom. I gotta remember you to
I just want. Yeah, but I want to scan stuff.
There's nothing here. Oh, well, okay. Oh, yeah, there's a treasure wall. Yeah, shit. I
The
don't
world
remember
of
the scans, man.
Yeah, the world of living things feels strange to us. We who have existed so long on the edges of time and space. It is clear now that we Shozo can never return to our own dimension, not while the great poison reaches ever further into the planet. It's so powerful, it's creeping evil that our wills are crumbling and our minds are beginning to fall. And so, before it's too late, we know... Wow, you haven't finished all your beer. We now make our last stand. We have to begin...
This will be the last one.
We have begun to build the temple to contain its darkness, and at its heart we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts we filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness in our ethereal states. Ethereal states. Even when we are done, it may be too late. Yeah, there was nothing in here!
Yeah, it was too late for them because they died out, and then, you know,
Wow.
they had the whole legacy thing going on. I don't know. Like, I've thought about the cultural values of the Chozo, and I found that I don't know that I agree with it. Like, they want to preserve their legacy and shit, but, like, think about it in terms of humans. Like, if all the humans are died out, does it really matter whether or not our legacy is remembered? You know? I mean, it's kind of weird. I think,
I want to grab this.
I don't know that, if I were a Chozo, I don't know that I'd agree about the whole, like, we need to preserve our legacy kind of stuff too. I don't know that I'd agree with that. I might be one of those weird neck-bearded Chozos and be like, oh no, we don't care. Like have my YouTube account. Shit. Can you get that one now? I can't remember. Oh, you need... Yeah, you can do it. You've got to be able to triple bomb jump.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, okay, you got it. The fun thing about Zero Mission is you can bomb jump to infinity basically if you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way the bombs are timed, you can bomb jump infinitely and basically go however high you want. I think Super Metroid can do the same thing. I've not figured it out yet.
Now, since we beat Flagra, I feel like that's actually kind of a good stopping point after I get this tank and after I find a save point.
Yeah,
Would you agree with that? We've been playing for a while.
Get saved.
Yeah, get saved.
And the first save state is in the next level.
Yeah.
So get to the next level, get saved.
Yeah.
That'll be good stopping point.
Chozo script translated. Our sanctuary grows by the day. We Chozo know much of technology, but we have chosen to leave it behind on this journey. Our home here on Talon 4 will be a place of simplicity. Structures hewn from stone, bridges woven from branches, hallways caressed by pure waters. I don't know these inflections. We build upon the ancient and noble trees, drawing from their strength and giving their own in return. Remember that you were in the Boy Scout troop that was dialed the tree-hugging hippies?
Oh, yeah.
All that is wild will flow around us here. Our race will be just one more group of creatures in the knit of nature. It is our hope that such a state will bring with it a great wisdom, a greater understanding of the nature of the universe.
I have read some statistics. I have found that non-state societies are, according to the statistics, the data, non-state societies are much more violent than state societies are. That having a state actually does help keep the life of citizens peaceful.
Once our city, yeah.
I feel like if I were a Chozo, I would be like the most neck-bearded Chozo of the whole race.
Once our city here is complete, we will peer inwards and discover the truth. Wait. I'm going to go into that room first.
Talon 4 colony they're trying to do with the experiment. Oh, we're gonna get rid of all technology and go back to nature.
No. Video games, I love you so much.
I can't remember if that thing was scanned here. Is there a single scan?
I don't think there is.
Scan the weird thing. Scan the luminous thing. No. Okay, I guess there's nothing.
There is nothing.
You can get the energy tank. Yeah, go out the other door and you can put that.
Oh, right! I forgot about that.
It's not a research entry, is it? I can't remember if it's a research entry.
I don't think so.
I think you did scan it once, right after the first off.
I can't scan it.
Okay.
Energy tank. Yeah, I did scan it.
We'll help you survive your next level.
And let me survive the next level. Alright, I'm gonna get to the safe point in Magmore Caverns and then we can stop.
Yeah, Magmore Caverns. Oh, I have found
you have found.
When I played Super Metroid, the theme song for Magmore Caverns was lifted out of the theme song for Ridley's Lair and Super Metroid.
Yep.
And
It's one that they like to reuse a lot. It's actually also in Samus Returns. It's
yeah. Well,
it's in any place that happens.
It makes the most sense as a music piece. It makes the most sense in Ridley's Lair because it's so like it's a march basically.
Yeah.
You know, it's this very like triumphant. I'm going to do this thing kind of, and a kind of emotion that the music is giving. So it makes the most sense in Ridley Lair Super Metroid because it's the same formula as here, where like in the very beginning of the game you encounter Ridley and Ridley takes the Metroid and
Yeah, but
build up the space station. Like, you're after Ridley to begin with.
yeah, but at the same time,
So once you finally
over
get to
time,
Lair, it's like
yeah.
this is the time. So it makes sense to have that be the musical theme.
Over
whereas-
time, it kind of became quote unquote the hot place song.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
because it's the song
It got distilled to be like the generic fire theme song, and I don't know. I think I disagree with the decision to do that because there was a particular reason for having it be in Ridley's Lair in Super Metroid because it was an emotional moment. You were about to complete the reason that you were there to begin with. So I don't know that I agree with the decision to do the generic hot theme song.
But I mean,
think-
it's a good
I
song.
think it needs to be stuck with the concept of Ridley.
But yeah, it's in every single room that's superheated in Samus Returns.
Yeah. Well, it's because Ridley's Lair was the same element. It was a fire place.
It was
It was the bottom part of North Air.
All right, there we go. That's it. That's the save station.
Yay!
Yay!
So,
So
that's about, I think, like a quarter to a third of the game. Something like, I think it's about a third of the game. You got the various suit out of the plant guy, right?
yeah,
What you
we got the
yeah,
various
so,
suit.
I guess.
So
Yeah, and they like to have the different suits kind of serve as like the checkpoints of the various parts of the game, so that the various suit kind of has the has a symbolic meaning of being like the first third of the game completed.
all right. So what I'm going to want to do is with this game, I think I might want to change up who I have as my co-host, because you're only here temporarily.
I mean, I can come back here if you want. It depends. I get. It depends on what you want to do with it. You know.
That's what I was planning to do with it. That's what I wanted to do with it. I wanted this to be more of a community kind of thing, and I wanted to bring you here because you were already planning to come, and we were gonna do this, and we were gonna introduce this in a way where it felt personal, because this is a very personal game for us. This is a very
Gotcha.
personal game for me.
Gotcha.
So that I want to bring in people who have a personal kind of connection with this game, because
Well,
like if I might approach certain people asking if they wanted to co-host because they had some sort of personal thing with me, some kind of personal thing with Metroid,
Sure.
so that it's a more intimate experience. And it's a community thing. It's something that we can all bond over.
That makes sense.
That's important to me. I feel like that's very important to me. So thank you guys all for coming and making this the community that it is, the personal community that it is. Thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for having a good time. If you did have a good time.
If you did.
If you did.
Hopefully you did.
If you didn't, I could try to accommodate something. So, thank you for being here and doing this.
I was happy to be. I'm not used to streams, so I'm happy to be here. I hope I did a little more than just be like, the Markiplier sideshow or whatever. But
Yeah, you weren't backseat gaming as much as I thought you would be.
yeah, I tried. I know that I kind of did a little, but
I mean, I knew what I was doing.
I like this
in
game a
Flogger.
lot. I like pontificating, especially nowadays. Now that I've kind of had this moment of like, I've been out away from video games for so long, and then suddenly I'm back into it because of her recent interest in Metroid. It kind of did bring me back into video games a little bit. It kind of gave me a unique perspective. So it got me pontificating about the whole thing. It's been fascinating, but I'm happy to be part of this.
Mm-hmm. Again, thank you guys for coming, and I hope you have a wonderful night.
Great, yeah. Take care, you guys.
Thanks.